All right, I'm in the button.
I guess I'll stop eating.
Sorry.
Grass.
You can.
Did you hit the button, dealer? Did you hit the button?
Grass.
Yes, I did, actually.
Awesome. Are we live? Can
Let
they
me
hear us
turn you
this
up
week?
in my headphones. All right. I think I got it.
Hear us?
Hopefully not. Yeah, I think so. Chat. Let us know if you can hear us. And by us,
Yeah,
I mean
they
more
can
than
hear
just
us.
me.
They can hear us. We're on.
Yay!
Woo! 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 Hey, chat. I want to say thanks for showing up, watching the show, and making us what we are. Some of you guys really like the show, and we really like you. Zachary likes you a lot. Run. So we're going to do some introductions. We're going to do some shout-outs. We've got a ton of really good topics as well. And in my opinion, one of the best chats around. Seriously, thank you. Hey, Colt, another week, another RDX. Ton of good topics.
You said that so fast. Ton of good topics. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm in good mood, so let's get to it.
Hell yeah. We've also got D-Batch. How you been?
I'm good. We got some really good topics today, man. I can't wait to get into it, man. Especially some of the AMD goodies that are coming to the Xbox Series X.
You get some cookies. And those cookies they're gonna be good. Hey,
And green.
Fonzarelli. How are you doing, Fonzarelli Gaming? Not the grounded gamer, remember?
Good to be here. Yeah, no grounded gamer here. But I am grounded. Fonzarelli Gaming here. And ready to go, sir.
What are the rest of us is floating above the ground? Where the hell did the ground go? No.
I'm grounded.
Hey.
You're 6 feet under.
Oh shit. Hey, Tim Dog, brother, how you been?
Happy to be here. I'm on the phone today because I overextended at work, but I guess suffer through it with me. I'll try to speak as best as I can, clearly as I can. But just happy to be here. We're 12 days away from E3.
Oh man.
And it's beginning to hype up.
12 days.
Somebody called Jason Schreier. He's at work still.
Oh wow. 12 days from E3. From the first pandemic, E3. No, it's actually the second one. So, that should be interesting. Hey, Zachary, how you been?
I'm doing good, man. We have a lot of good topics. A lot of stuff dropped last week. You know, we had a couple gameplay showings. There's some new rumors for E3. It's kind of, the shit's building up, man. I'm happy to talk about it. And I can't wait for everybody in the chat. I like you a lot, like Dealer said. So run for the hills, or I'm coming. And then I'm watching Steph Curry just swoosh threes in this gameplay.
The damn guy in the back. Huh? When you said that? He knows what's going down. Zachary's baby carrots.
What are you doing?
Oh my god. Okay. Well, since Fonz is concentrating on making this awkward for all of us, we were just going to let it happen. We're going to go ahead and do some shout-outs and call the cops for Zachary gets loose. We do have Tony Art. We've also got Ricky Falan. We've got Johnny No Life, Destiny 2 News, Max Power Plays, Faultline Z. We've got Fierce Fuzz, Mega Life, CBD.com. That didn't destroy me when I said it at that time. Not Silik, Alex Emery, Elk Dude, YouTube, Bad Boy Live, Achievement. We've also got Nano Polymath, Zoradin, Costanza Wayne, Scout Trooper 74, KY Bob, and Goose 8402, Straw Hat Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Quiz, Teo, John Blue, who's not British. It's very important because I thought he was British for years. And I'm sorry, John. Beck Boss, Dieter X, Real Neil, Suicide King, Tessa Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cavillo, as well as All Might, Gaz, Dark CMF, Alfonso Hogan. Woo! We've got some stuff to talk about today. Did you know we're here to talk about some brand new gaming news about Xbox and stuff? Did you guys know that?
What?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I thought we were here to talk about Stope.
That's what we're here for. And part of that is Bethesda developers running out of the building. Everything's on fire. I don't. Cold Eastwood, what's happening? Apparently, I don't know where this is coming from. But people are running with this Bethesda.
An insider.
Yeah, an insider. Yeah. People are running with this Bethesda developers running for the hills from Xbox due to development practices from Microsoft. But this kind of contradicts every single other thing we've heard for years now.
Yeah. So there was a report that went to an insider that said that Bethesda employees were starting to leave because the culture at Microsoft wasn't fitting what they wanted. And that lasted about 6 hours, maybe. And then he turned around and said, I looked into this. This is inaccurate. He said it in a live stream, and everybody ran with it because it's big anti-Xbox news. But it was also funny when you think about everything that the developers have said that have worked under Xbox have said that they're allowed to do what their culture of their studio is, and nothing's changed. But also, like, we're in a pandemic, so everyone's working from home. So how much could Microsoft be in your business when you're sitting at home in your pajama pants, making a game?
Yeah.
So
I love these.
Spencer
I
walks
absolutely
into your
love these
house.
scenarios because you've got a scenario where a guy says something on the internet, right? And everyone's like, "Oh my God, Halo Infinite's been delayed." 5 minutes later, they learn it's an account with 47 followers. That way you kind of weed these guys out, right? So all these guys ran with this crap. I wonder if all of them ran with the crap, right? And
Interesting, isn't it?
yeah, it's kind of interesting. So what do we do about this, Fonzarelli?
Oh.
I don't know, man. I think we I don't know. You just gotta weed the noise out, man. Like, a lot of these guys are out here just saying some weird stuff, and
Weird stuff.
obviously Xbox haters don't understand this whole. I don't understand the negativity anymore. I just don't get it. It's like anytime they do something good, let's find something to talk about here.
Or they do
That's what it
something
is.
bad according to a guy, and then everyone runs with it because it's negative, and then the guy 6 hours later
Yeah,
exposes
love
them
it.
all.
Yep,
Yeah.
they love it. They love
I like
the
it.
negativity, and that's what it boils down to, man. And
It's
you
like-
just got to weed that noise out.
It's like these guys, they get their feelings hurt by the progress that Xbox is
Yep.
making, and they listen to all this crap, and this is the result of it. If it's not a vetted source, you shouldn't be listening to it, first of all. And these guys are just so quick to jump on the negativity. First of all, it didn't even make sense. These guys have just got into position, like everything's not even in place yet, so there's nothing to even disrupt. And second of all, from my understanding, Microsoft is allowing these studios and the company itself to be as it was. It's just they own it now. That's all. So their culture is not really changing. And like I said, it's just people upset that Xbox is making progress and they're just spewing crap.
Yeah, because this generation, Microsoft has had a lot of good press, and that's been different from the echo chamber that of hate that they've received last generation. And this generation, they're doing a lot of pro consumer things. They're doing a lot of things moving forward that are positive, and people just want to look for something to say negatively about them. And it's unfortunate that we still live in this plastic worship culture, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you just have to take these types of news stories, and just sit on it a minute. Don't tweet out stuff, because you'll look like an idiot if you retweet this stuff and say, "Hey, look, Xbox is burning or PlayStation is burning."
Yeah.
Just relax.
Hey, check your
Wait on
daily.
it.
I think, to be quite honest, I know that fanboys are going to be fanboys. Like, who cares about that, right? Like, I really don't care what they have to say. I think this totally
Zucker's like the
falls
biggest
on
49ers fanboy. That's why he's saying that.
100%, am Super Bowl or bust.
Little
Fuck
football.
everyone else. No, anyways, but what I'm saying is, I think this falls on journalism. I think this falls on
shit.
gaming journalism, because, like, what you said about that Halo being delayed, 47 followers, they made freaking thing, and they're like, "Oh, we got." Like, it's like, no, dude, have integrity. Like, look into shit before you report on it. And so a lot of people are used to this now. And that's what's happening, is once something like this comes out, like, oh, they're leaving Bethesda and blah, 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 people are like, oh, it must be true. And it's just like this snowball effect of, like, just misinformation falling and hitting everybody in the face. And you're just like, what is going on? And then it comes out, like, the person that said it was like, oh, it's not real. And it's like that person got scared. Like, they were like, oh, shit. Like, I was just joking. Like, or something. Like, it was
It's
just
like
weird.
somebody told him something, and then the next day they're like, "There's 0% chance that's happening."
Oh,
hey.
No, oh, wait, what?
Hey, what are you doing?
no,
What
I
are you
don't
doing, Vince Carter? I'm just kidding.
No, that's what I think it is. And I think that a lot of stuff will just run into things, and, you throw in, Horizon Zero Dawn gameplay looking pretty good, and then the fanboys going at each other. And you just everything.
It looked really good.
It looked really damn good. It looked freaking awesome. And it's like, I don't know, man. People just need to relax, enjoy yourself, and stop. Just put all the bullshit behind you. E3's like, no one's saying anything like Xbox wise. There's insiders putting shit out now because they've heard stuff for months, and we're 12 days away from E3. So there you go.
Yeah, I heard that they put the mechanic from San Andreas into Horizon's Forbidden West, where you could You can lift weights or eat food and stuff. Did you guys see anything on this? Is that true?
What the hell are you talking
I have
about?
no idea.
Oh my god, the memes with the chips of never mind. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You know,
That's
slow
it comes
ass
down
panel.
to just lockdown phase, the pandy. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah. So
A few pounds from the pandy. It's
I
all right.
think it's a few panty pounds. I think that something like this, especially, you gotta just first off, the point of a source is it's a source. You're supposed to have multiple sources and then accumulate that information into kind of your final resolution, right? So that's something people have forgotten. One guy in the boiler room is not going to do the trick. So yeah, I kind of like these scenarios where this stuff happens. I know Colt does. I think Tim will get your word on this real quick. These guys were pushing the Bethesda narrative, and I asked the questions I asked them because it's hilarious because this is how they're pushing it. And then boom, Colt's like, the guy 6 hours later said no, it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bunch of. I knew right away that it was bullshit,
Yeah.
and I had posted right away that it was bullshit. And literally 6 hours later, the guy apologized. But when you do that type of stuff, you got to really know what you're talking about, and you got to really have solid sources, and you just don't say that. So, as far as him apologizing, I don't really accept it because the guy just was making up stuff, and a lot of people do that, and the reaction was pathetic because even though like Jez was saying it was fake, and other people like myself, and like people who kind of have an idea of this stuff, like people were still running around with it and pushing it, and it really is like kind of a bad atmosphere where like these people are desperate for like bad news. And to bury Xbox, even with the Dolby Digital stuff, the same thing. Like it turned, BS as well. Even though that was an Xbox mistake, but like people are just so jumping at the aspect of or they're just jumping to
Just the proposition of Xbox having bad news, Tim.
Yeah.
But it was
Salivating.
really, really a BS story, and I'm glad it was handled the way it was very quickly.
Well, yeah, I'm glad it was dispelled by the guy, and it's like everybody jumps on everything, man. Like the Unreal Engine, like that they just demoed on the Xbox Series X. Do you remember last year? They're like, this is only done on the PS5. And it's like, dude,
See this
it's not on
here?
everyone. Everyone
Only done
uses
on
it. Like,
PS5.
relax.
Yeah,
Stupid.
kind of
It's
ridiculous.
like, God.
Yeah, I
God
agree.
forbid anybody has the same kind of tech, right? Like, or anything. And there's positive news on both sides of, Xbox and PlayStation and gaming in general. And that's what's happening is there's positive news and people don't like that. And they're like, nah, let's get some drama going.
I need
Or
that
they
drama
just
cheese.
easily believe that Xbox is in trouble. Like that's the quickest and easiest thing to believe, and that's kind of where we get this common thread that if it's a negative thing and Xbox is in trouble, people are more apt to believe that than the other way around. So when something like that kind of gets whispered in a corner, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, write an article," and then you get that mess.
Yeah, and honestly, it's kind of cut and dry. I couldn't believe they fell for the Halo delay, right? 47 followers seems right. And then they made the little articles and stuff, but that's just how it is. They're trained over the course of almost a decade to jump at this stuff because negative Xbox press, factually, this is a fact. It just moves, it goes, and we'll make a video where some people perceive it. Oh, PlayStation Now they're announcing they want their games on all devices. Sony guys can watch that shit. They're like, no. And like it or not, that stuff's happening. But I do got to give a shout out to some of the guys in the chat. But a super chat here, Super Crusader $20 super chat. He says, "Hey, what's up? I got a question about not only for PS5 fans but also the Series X fans, and it relates to AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution. So how does this we're gonna get into this, sir. And the best part is I'll smack the shit out of all these dudes. There's like 3 dudes that tried to tag me. You said that this wasn't going to be PS5. Where's the link, fuckface? Oh, you don't have one? I'll never hear from you again. Cool. What am I, I'm the best at deleting everything in the universe? You guys stalk me 24/7. It's possible. It's impossible, all right? So, of course, I didn't
You
say
deleted
it.
those toe pics you sent me.
Those are toe pics. Nothing to do with this. Come on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
That was rude. Hey, Dark CMF, by the way.
My bad.
He says, they have to get they have to get their money's worth from their Twitter accounts. That is that's very true. Yeah, he says that's what they play after all. That's their favorite game. They're over getting gamer score on Twitter. So I think Colt, heck, you got 75,000 gamer score now.
I've got like 86.
Oh my god,
1,000 gamer score on Twitter. Yeah.
Well, either I think
I've got
at
at least a million. I'm the man with the million gamer score on Twitter.
Hey, but also shout out to almost 1,300 already watching guys. We're about 10 minutes late today because I wasted time just reminding somebody that they're 40, and nothing wrong with that. But time to prioritize things and kind of move forward.
Oh my gosh, I get the reference.
Pretty young.
Yeah, forever young. So yeah, again, hit the like button if you haven't. I love 40-year-olds. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying, just don't sit on the
You're
Twitter
on the
and
panel with some
drama sheet.
geriatric folks. You better watch it.
Some of my
dealer.
best friends is 40, 50, 70
I'll
years
hit you
old.
with my cane.
Yeah, but
Fonz and I walking around with
D-Batch.
Velcro hush puppies.
I got to give a shout out to the chat here. Almost 400 or 400 likes already. Hit the like if you guys haven't. We do appreciate it as we move forward in the topics, and maybe we'll circle back and have a little bit of fun. But I do want to move forward on the topic. We had the Horizon. We could hit this real quick. Horizon Forbidden West gameplay looked absolutely phenomenal. I can only imagine what it will look like at 60 frames, but I think will come eventually, if not at launch.
Yeah,
and with HDR, right? But we saw the stream. Very good looking Fonzarelli. And there were some cookies.
Very, a lot of cookies. Chips Ahoy, I heard.
Who made this?
No, it looks really good. I have no issues with how the game is looking. It's fantastic looking. However, so I was talking to King on my show yesterday, and he was talking about this game, and he thinks that like it was going to be a smaller world, because it looked really lush and this environment looks really, really good. The textures and all that. I don't know. I feel like it's still going to be a big open world game.
yeah,
It looks amazing, and plus it was shown at 30 frames as well. We don't know what this will look like if they bump it up to 60. I'm still sure it'll look phenomenal, regardless. Look at every other game that went to 60. Look at Spider-Man. It looks great. I can't wait to play this game. Actually, I can wait when it gets to $60 or cheaper, because not paying that $70 anyway. It looks like a really good game, though. Really does.
Well,
and I get what King is saying by the kind of like smaller, because I felt like it was very linear, and like I get what they were doing. It's like a showcase of the tech, but like the boss fight at the end with the elephant looked like almost kind of looked hub world-ish. But I'm sure it's going to be an open world game, and maybe they have segments kind of like where it is hub, like where you enter instances or something like that. I don't know. But I look forward to playing that game. It looks insane. The underwater stuff was freaking awesome, and then, like, a lot of the mechanics looked really cool. They added a lot of stuff for the combat too, which was really awesome. And that whole fight with the boss and the elephant, I loved it, man. How you kept chipping away at its armor. I don't know if you guys saw that. You kept taking things off, taking the gun off, and then she picked up the gun, shot the whole upper deck off of its back. It was sick, dude. I thought and then the destructible environment was another thing. The buildings that she was latching onto were getting knocked down by the elephant.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of elements in there that they showed that you can tell are I wouldn't say like not possible, but extremely hard to do on the last generation hardware. I mean, the PS5 with the CPU and everything coming in,
last generation hardware, boy.
I know it is, but I just don't understand.
Yeah, I know you don't. You forgot.
It's like what? It's like what is it really holding it back?
Which one of y'all's got a
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
which one of y'all 40?
It's interesting, right? Software's the key right there. So I think that that's confirmed for PS4, and I think the game looks great. We've said this before. What else can we say? I mean, it's beautiful. It
is beautiful.
Update the first fucking game, Sony.
It's almost like game design is the thing with hardware, not the visuals, right? I mean, so many people were running with that shit last year. A little weird.
I'm with Zocker, though. Right? I'm really curious to see how this is going to run on the PlayStation 4, man, because what we saw on the PlayStation 5 was impressive, and they're really, really going to have to scale it back on the PlayStation 4. So that's going to be interesting. I just want to respond to Fonz's friend there when he was saying he doesn't think it's going to be as open, the world. I just don't see them going backwards. So I would say it would be at least as open as the previous game, if not a little bit bigger. Sorry, what were you saying, Colt?
No, I agree with you. I've seen people in the chat saying that it's semi-open world. No, it's fully open world, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
And as far as worrying about how this is going to run on a PS4, like it's a cross-generation game. It's made to run on both, so expect it to run, 27 to 30 frames per second on a PS4, PS4 Pro, and it'll actually look really, really nice. I played Horizon Zero Dawn on a base PS4, and I don't have too many complaints other than it's a big 30 FPS game, as usual as you would play back then. But I think you'll just get all the extra nice things that are like the really nice finishing touches on a PS5, 60 frames, high quality visuals. I don't know. There's not really much to worry about here. Guerrilla knows how to make a great looking game, and as long as Horizon Forbidden West is a bit more fun than the last one, they should be good.
Who's worried?
I hope
Colt?
they update
some
it. I hope
cookies.
they update it. I want 60 frames on the first one.
Yeah,
I
I
hope they
do too.
update it, because if they do what they did with Spider-Man, where
Just
you gotta
play
buy.
the first one on PC, Zalker.
I mean, I can, but I want it updated. I already own it on fucking PlayStation. Come on.
Is anybody out there still? And I'm asking the chat. Is anybody out there still really okay with 30 frames this generation?
Yes, there's going to be
I'm
plenty
not.
of people in the chat that say yes, Boz.
Yeah,
They're like,
I'm not
"I
okay
love
with
30
it, man. Like I'm done with it.
Yeah, that's
It-
we
I want to move on.
Bonds, we were like the spearhead of the 60 frame stuff, and these guys know. Like we're very glad to have 60 frames, and a lot of guys in the chat love 60 frames. It's a life changer. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so good.
Hey, those are still questioning it. Just Google or just YouTube a video of 30 frames per second and 60 FPS side by side, and you'll get sick just looking at the 30
Dude,
FPS image.
You're getting about 99. Well, really, 99.9% of people in the chat are saying no, they're not okay with 30 anymore. So that's very telling.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like I said, you'll have people that say they are, but yeah, a lot of the chat, they've seen the light and they've already known
This-
it.
This generation definitely changed, even though it's early. Even for myself, I used to say I could deal with it, but this generation and the console gamer itself have experienced it, and once you
No going
experience it, you just there's no going back.
Man,
It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, too, like people are talking about super resolution and how resolution is not important. Guys, you're years late to the party. Literally, videos saying resolution is not the name of the game going forward to the next generation years ago. Like, this is old news. We've known they're going to improve their reconstruction, their reprojection, their checkerboarding. There's interlacing. Capcom use interlacing in the newest games. There's a ton of them. I mean, they've been done forever. This is just a really, really good technique. Michael, by the chat.
And the reason why I asked that too is because I came across a video today from Destin, and he was talking about it, saying for some games he felt it was okay. He's more a frame rate guy too, but he's like we could still 30 frames is still fine for some games, and I just disagree. Like going forward, I just don't see 30 frames being that. It's like this.
You really put this man on blast
with options
right now.
No. I'm fine with options. And that's what these developers have been doing, is giving us options in a lot of these games. That's great. But, I'm hearing from a lot of people out there, and the reason why I asked the chat is because a lot of people are telling me, look, even given the option, I'm going with 60. I'm going with that 1440p 60.
It's kind of a moot point, though, Fonz. Like, it's not up to how many little voices say, I'm good with 30. The devs want 60, and they just couldn't do it on the last gen of consoles very much. So, like, their hands were tied, and now when we saw Valhalla launch at 60, we're like, okay, that we're here. We've finally made it, right? And the only game that didn't do it was Watch Dogs, and they're going to finally relent on that too
today,
right?
And by the way,
dropped
Dealer,
today with that zombie DLC.
And by the way, Dealer, I have nothing against Destin.
You better
I like
not.
Destin. So shout out to him. I'm just talking about the situation and what he was saying.
I'm trolling.
Video.
Destin's been in the chat. He's seen the show.
He's a good dude.
All that stuff. He's on the show.
I mean, it's been proven that the 60 FPS and all that, the performance is really the spearhead of what it is this generation. And it's even to the point where people are like, can we get older games get updated? And that's what Xbox is doing on top of
It's
it.
like
Plus
we're going back
new
to older
remasters.
topics. We covered this shit 2 years ago.
Bro, I know, that's what I'm saying. But like one of the things I played Battlefield 5 at 120, and then on my Xbox Series X, and I played it on my Xbox One X when it came out, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just went back. I'm like, oh my god, this looks so much better. Like, it feels like a damn new game.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Yeah.
Well, sorry about that, chat. Hey, Zalker, you're right. It does feel a lot better and more fluid. But Colt went back to 60. He was playing Mass Effect. He went to 120, went back 60, and he was like, crap, it does feel worse. And that's what I don't want to get used to, right?
Yeah, but I mean, of course, after a few seconds of being at 4K 60 instead of 120 FPS, you're like, okay, it's still really, 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 really smooth. And I don't know. 30's gone, and why even talk about it? It's the past.
Exactly. The friendly neighborhood blue shell turtle. He's the one that
I gotta
pitched out
say-
when you're in first place. Go ahead.
I want to close this out saying Dealer and I did a collaboration video like way back, like almost 3 years ago, and you were talking about some of the differences that we'll see next generation. Like you're kind of spitballing on what you were expecting to see before it was even called Project Scarlett, and you said something to the effect of we won't be counting pixels or resolution won't matter so much as advanced physics and 60 FPS and some other thing like better lighting and stuff. Something you said like so long ago before we ever got into it. And these are the things that make games feel new, like Zocker said. Like
You want them
once
settings.
it's 60, it's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, friendly neighborhood blue shell, he does say 60 FPS or death. We've also got Genic. He has a pretty interesting Tim Dog, a pretty interesting one there. Tim Dog. He says 30 FPS or 60 FPS. I don't really. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got a picture of Tim Dog sleeping at E3 on his cell phone, and he also says, "Am I being weird? You are certainly
not
not
at
being weird, Genic. Not at all. No, I like it." Shout out to Tim. He had a hell of a night before. And we've also got
That was pre-show. That wasn't the E3. Like people.
it
like
was
to
E3.
say-
He was sleeping. Pixelbit G, by the way, it was a pre-show. Pixelbit G said people act like Gears 4 doesn't have destruction as well. Yeah, I mean, I guess they do. But yeah, I mean, game looked pretty good for what it was.
Different.
We gotta move forward,
Yeah.
right? We got off on some weird topics, stuff like that, and we got a bunch of chat in here, so I gotta scroll down through this. But again, the Horizon Forbidden West looks pretty good. Colt, I mean, did you say anything on this? I do not remember.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be open world. It looks really great, and yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
it
talked-
looks good, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, and that's
And we want Xbox to put out something that is a wow factor like that. We've said that
Yep.
many times.
and they
And they
have the
will.
power to do it. So hopefully they do it, and hopefully Hellblade is kind of in the realm, right? That's definitely more impressive visually to me if it's in that realm. But we will see. Again, some people are probably watching shock. We're giving Horizon credit. Always do this if you guys watch. June 22nd, AMD Fidelity FX coming to a game near you, maybe. This is a technology that they showed. What was a Godfall D-Bash running under 50
Yes.
frames per second, all the way up to 150 frames per second with this in performance mode, while basically retaining and enhancing resolution at the same time. You're quadrupling or tripling your performance. This is what we've been talking about for years.
Yes, I did a video on this today. I have the demo running in it, so after the show, go check that out. But
On dbash.com.
it was, I was thrilled to see it. I can't even lie to you guys. It was on pretty late last night. It was 10 o'clock there. They had their conference, and like they ushered out a whole bunch of new technologies like 3D stacking chips and all kinds of stuff. And we got a glimpse at the future. But Fidelity FX is super resolution. I guess they changed the acronym now to FSR, so we'll call it that from now on. It's finally coming out June 22nd. It's going to hit everything. It's going to be available on GeForce. It's going to be available on RTX cards, on AMD cards from Polaris and up. And so specifically
Hang
here, we're
on,
going to talk.
Polaris and up, isn't that
Insane.
the RX 480 and up?
That's correct.
Oh my
That's
God,
correct.
how's that going to happen? Oh, it's only RDNA 2.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
know,
saw that.
you know how many
Stupid.
people
Oh.
I had to bicycle kick in my head today, so I didn't do it in real life. This is the
Yeah,
thing,
well-
like the guys don't even really understand. They think that we said it wasn't coming to PS5 when in reality, no one ever said
No.
that shit. They're thinking of something completely
No.
different that they also got wrong, it turns out.
Yeah, I think what they're thinking about with that is the machine learning, where I have said personally that the machine learning is it's not going to be on the PlayStation 5 in the same sense it is on the Xbox Series X.
They
for the
listed it
simple
though,
fact-
D-Batch. They said velocity architecture was the thing that someone said. What?
I don't know,
Stop
man.
huffing the pine saw, guys. Come on.
Yeah. But let's talk about the good news. This is going to
Yeah.
be on both the PlayStation 5. It's going to be on the Xbox Series X. And like they had a good demo running Godfall on a 6800 XT native resolution. It was getting like 49 frames per second. Ultra, you got 78 frames per second with this enabled. And this is all with the Epic preset with ray tracing, everything turned on. Quality mode, you got 99 FPS. Balanced, you got 124. And performance, you got a whopping 150
Ooh.
FPS. This is from a native 49 FPS. And apparently, it's very little loss to the image quality. So, they're labeled as such. So performance, I'm going to assume it's not going to look as good, right? Balance is going to look okay, but you're going to have pretty high frame rates. It's a good compromise. Quality is probably the setting that everybody's going to use. They're going to use the quality setting. So if we just base it on that, we're going to get up to a 2 times increase in frames per second. So you're going to get a 50% uplift. So for me, this is exciting for games running like ray tracing.
Yeah.
For the ray tracing games, a lot of them are stuck. There's an exception, Resident Evil, but most of them are stuck at 30 frames per second on the consoles, and they're even stuck at under 60 frames per second on the PC too, if we're being honest, without like DLSS
Why
or
you got
something, right?
PC like that?
So they got to use DLSS too, right?
Yeah.
So now this is really going to help the consoles with the games that they struggle at with, which is the ray tracing. So you might see the potential where they can up the ray tracing effects a little bit, or keep it the way it is, and achieve a 60 FPS a target rate or frame rate. Or games that are running at like 60 FPS or don't have ray tracing, they can use this effect to achieve 120 frames per second.
This is what we said when guys were saying that ray tracing is going to cripple frame rates. This is exactly what we were saying. So,
and we also
go ahead. Go real quick. We can't explain it again for them.
We also talked about VRS. That's going to assist with this. But yes, this is one of the tools. This is one of the things that the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and, like I said, other hardware is going to be able to leverage with AMD in order to achieve higher frame rates. And I think this is such a huge announcement, because a lot of people have been kind of going over to RTX cards saying, oh, they got DLSS, so if I put ray tracing on, I can get high frame rates. Now it has a viable competitor to that technology, and it's available on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. It's a huge deal, man. Like 60 FPS should be no problem with games that enable FRS.
Yeah. And after really closing that down, what ultimately led so many guys to they did think this was like an RDNA 2 only feature, and that's why I guess they were thinking people said things they didn't say. But yeah, works on Polaris cards and up. What is that? 2016?
Yeah. It works on freaking NVIDIA cards.
Works on my
how could it be an
calculator
RDNA 2 thing?
Yeah.
Like, come on. And speaking of, just real quick, yesterday AMD also announced a partnership with Samsung, so they're going to be doing their GPUs in I guess the next phones, and they're going to be capable of ray tracing. That's pretty crazy.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
Stop it, D. Stop. Ray tracing phones.
It was announced, man.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. But again, chat, let us know what you think about this. This is remember, checkerboarding could double your performance at the cost of a fake 4K image or whatever, right? You can scale that with frames, effects, to get any mixture of image quality and graphics effects that you might want. This is going to be awesome because it makes really capable boxes, the Series X, the PS5, and especially the Series S, right? It's gonna do wonders for Series S. That's their long-term play, and that's not including Velocity. That's not including DirectML. That's not including VRS. That's not including the 12 teraflops worth of software ray tracing in Series X. There's so much more to leverage there. So I think it's right times. So we can go ahead and move past on that. We have explained that. We've covered it before anyone else pretty much, and we said the same thing then. It's going to be awesome. We do have some news that might not be awesome, though, Colt.
Uh-oh.
And it's a sad day for Sully's little mustache, because it's going to PC.
For what? For what's little mustache?
Who else? Sully. Isn't his name Sully?
Oh, Sully.
The guy from Godsmash, Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 going to PC. I mean, this is the rumor, isn't it?
No.
What are you hearing?
Confirming it with their investors.
Oh, shiz.
This is great.
Yeah.
Didn't we say this like 3 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, we've been
Fonz,
saying
quit it.
this,
Don't
but
say that.
Days Gone just went. Yeah, that's right. Uncharted.
Hmm.
I forgot about that. I forgot that was like kind of the talk a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad,
Holy
you got to let us know
smokes.
your thoughts on this because, again, this is.
This is like a tent pole. I'm sorry, Deal. This isn't Days Gone. This isn't Ben Studio's attempt at big AAA. This is like the quintessential.
Naughty Dog.
Ooh.
Yeah, the quintessential PlayStation exclusive. Like the only other one is God of War. Holy smokes! Yeah, I
Factuals.
mean, they're gonna sell a crap ton of Uncharted 4
Also
on
coming
Steam.
God of War.
Yeah, it's a great game. I've always liked Uncharted 4, and now you can play it at 60 frames per second when this does finally release. Not, a big deal. We like this idea.
I mean,
But
so
yeah,
this isn't bad
it's
news.
dealer. It's a 5-year-old game, man. It's a 5-year-old game,
Yeah,
man.
you're right. That's right. It's not a game anymore. It's a multi-plat. I forgot. Those are just sub-game level things now. I forgot. I don't
Yeah,
know.
when you make your game for PC, you automatically just lower the quality because every PC noob can play it. Yeah.
Hey, and I'm sure at least somebody's like, "What? Oh, don't focus on these guys. It's funny. It's funny stuff. Okay, we're just having some fun with it. All right." Hey, by the way, big shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Let's try to get 1,000 before the end of the show. We got over 1,600 watching right now. Thank you very much for what you do. Paul in the super chat says, "What would you rather have 4K 60 FPS or 4K 120?" We spoke on that earlier. I think it's a good mix here, but yeah, 4K 60 for me personally. We've also got Solid Crusader. He does say a good spot for PS5 and Xbox is 1440p at 120. Nothing else, unfortunately. PS5 is not, I mean, it depends, right? They're running super resolution. That stuff's just, those
also
numbers
depends
don't
on
matter,
your
right?
TV. It also depends on your TV. Like if you would rather go 4K 60 instead of, like if you don't have 120 FPS mode at the bandwidth, you'd rather go different.
It also depends on. For me, it also depends on the optimization of the game. Like if like Doom
Obviously.
Eternal, I want 4K 120 because that thing looks insane at 4K 120, and it's
Yeah.
optimized.
I mean, every game would
like
look
the
insane at
id Tech,
4K 120, Zucker. What are they sacrificing, though, in return?
nothing.
What do you mean?
That thing
is
is
a 4K 60 mode and a 4K 120?
id Tech is freaking insane, bro. I played that in 4K 120, and it was just I was just like, oh my god.
I think they
Like, it
should
just-
go the way of Blind Squirrel Games from China and give us that 45 frames per second lock from Arkham Asylum remake.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I
Come
never
on,
did
Batman,
understand that.
Bruce
It's so
Wayne.
weird.
No, but but then the other optimization, like the other end of it, is like Assassin's Creed or Ubisoft's games. Like, ugh. Like their PC optimization is trash.
Well, don't
Like it's
don't play
terrible.
Can we go back? Can we go back to this Uncharted going to PC? Because Phase 23 is like the days Sony does day and date. You know, you can make fun of a 5-year-old game. What would I make fun of? Uncharted. I
They just
love
said
the
it's a
game.
good thing, Face.
Stupid.
And Face was one of the
Like,
guys I do believe that was like, these games will never come to PC.
Right. Yeah. But that's so weird to put an expiration date. Like, if it's day and date, then I'm going to be upset. But if they wait a few years, I'm okay with PC
I'm okay
guys
because
having
no one
my
else could have
game.
it unless they paid Sony.
I mean, that's the thing. You guys made fun of other fanboys for getting mad about a game going to PC and people canceling pre-orders. Like, come on. Come on. Dealer, do you think that Sony's eventually going to put their tentpole franchise on PC?
Well, of
Day
course,
one,
they've
or do you-
already confirmed and released one of them, Horizon. They've got another one confirmed to their investors in Uncharted 4. We already heard about God of War a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you'll be seeing more than that, right? I mean, including Death
And they-
Stranding. They
and
published multiple games the year before Death Stranding came
Yeah.
out that nobody talked about on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
Turtles.
I mean,
Death
it's like an
Stranding was not
upset.
old. Days Gone is not an old game. Like I said before, they're just kind of weaning it in, making it the norm that when it just drops, it's just a normal thing. If you think they don't want to get in on all the PC players in the world and sell them their blockbuster titles, like, you're mistaken. And if you're a true gamer, let's throw it out the window. Let's just say if you're like a real fanboy and you want Sony to make the most money, this is the way that they make the most money, by expanding their base.
And they
So
can
they
invest
have to
it into
choose-
the
You wanna know
products
how
you like,
weird
right?
it is? Here's how weird the whole situation is. These people with the mindset that, these games shouldn't go to any other platform. When these games go to the PC or whatever, it's like you have to look at what they're really saying. They're saying that, hey, if these games go to PC day and date, let's say, that devalues my console. That makes it to where my console is not selling as much as it could. Who cares about your freaking console sales?
You
Who
already bought it.
You have one. What does it matter if somebody else gets to play the title? It makes no sense the way they come to this conclusion that because my game goes to another platform, my console is no longer relevant. It makes absolutely zero sense.
Hang
How
on,
they
hang on, hang
switch
on.
it.
So you have never
I
sat there and
understand
drove down the road
exclusive
and looked
and
at all
I
the cars with tires
understand-
on them and ripped all the tires off all the cars because they had tires too. Your car's not special.
I understand that you want to have exclusives for your console. I get that 100%. I get it with Xbox. It's needed. However, it going to PC does not devalue your console because that is a completely different platform with a completely different type of gamer over there.
Yeah.
You're not hurting. It's not hurting anything. But it's just weird to me that they're so wrapped up in console sales that they really feel this way.
I think that's all they
strange.
knew, Fonz. I think that's all they knew for, a decade.
Welcome to
Where
all
the
my
only
children.
bragging rights you could have is this game is only on this machine, and you didn't buy this machine, so you don't get it. And
You know what that tells me? It's not all about the games to them. It's about their console sales.
yeah, I mean, they have to
Because if it's
choose whether
truly
they're going to
the
brag
games,
about
then
it.
you would just shut up and play those games.
All
Yeah,
right,
they need
all
to
right,
choose-
all right. We've said this a million times. Holy shit. It's a rerun.
I know.
Dragon Ball Z.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of passion for obvious reasons because remember, you're surrounded by it, and then you got your channels and your Twitters and your Xbox accounts, and then you get all these messages, and then it's kind of thrown at you, and you're reminded over and over until eventually you end up bitching about it on a podcast like this. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not about who gets bragging rights. It's about how Xbox and Microsoft are leading the gaming industry by providing more places to play and more choice. And PlayStation also wants to do that. They just have to be careful about how they ease their fan base into it because PlayStation has always been a singular place to play, and they want to do more, and it'll be better for everybody. But they also want to have these unique games that are from PlayStation Studios, and that experience will still be there.
I mean,
Yeah,
even some
somebody
of
said
their
it
new
best,
games,
you
even
know,
some
a
of
lot
their
of
new
these
games
play
like
numbers.
Deathloop are coming to Steam, like in September. Like it's coming the day it comes out on PS5. Deathloop is coming on Steam.
Zucker, you don't care
Like-
about Steam, Zucker.
I'm
Zucker,
just saying,
is
like
that-
it's not just
is that true?
PlayStation
Yeah.
fine.
Is that
Yeah,
true?
I'm looking at the
Because
Steam.
Bethesda-
I'm looking at the Steam thing right now. It says
I
coming
thought
September
Bethesda uses their
2021.
launcher. Ah, interesting.
No, Bethesda doesn't have a launcher. I mean, they do, but they were like, nah, fuck this. They stopped using it. They started putting their games on
I
Steam.
didn't.
It was
Okay.
too trash. It had 4 times the detail.
Oh no, they realized that like, damn, this is way too much money. Like we cannot like sustain this like Blizzard or Steam can. So they were just like, never mind.
Okay, well, they don't have their damn launcher. They're on Steam. They're on PC. Zucker, you gonna play it?
On PC, yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna play it on PS5. I don't give a
Hashtag
shit.
wait the year.
Hashtag wait the year.
I'm not gonna play it. I'm sorry. I was never interested.
I'm already doing hashtag wait the year on Cyberpunk.
I'm moving hashtag get the fuck forward with these topics. I'm gonna look at these real quick. Hang on. Honestly, the whole discussion, like Fonz's big point, that it's you would think like guys, yeah, we know there's fuck faces out there on Twitter, but it's very very hard to ignore some of the stuff that we see because we do care. We are passionate about this stuff, and many of you guys are as well. And not only do some of you or many of you ask us to talk about it, but we try to do it in a funny way, and it doesn't always work out. We just bitch like bitches, like that. Huh? And then Fonzarelli goes on a rant, and then I asked Fonzarelli about, I guess, his thoughts on well, we just covered Uncharted. So Uncharted. We just went through that. We know that Horizon Forbidden West is coming to PS4. It's a cross-gen game. It looked amazing. And we also know that Game Pass has an update real quick. This should be a quick one. But you're a big fan of Xbox Game Pass. They get 4 new titles. For Honor, I don't know if you played that. It's a Series X Enhanced. They got Wild at Heart. They got Darkest Dungeon. That's probably something Zalker's playing on his Xbox One S in the back corner. And then we also got Backbone, something Zalker broke in the back corner.
Yeah.
Spinal.
Spinal?
Spinal.
He says spinal.
Spinal.
What happened? My back was broken. Where?
I can't
Spinal.
believe freaking For Honor, like it's getting a shit ton of updates still, and people really like that game. I've never played For Honor.
Why not?
And so
Me neither.
I need to try it out.
It's okay. It's okay. It gets a little old after a while, but it's okay. If you like that
I know. I'm talking about
like
like, isn't there like a campaign you can just kind of go through and just kind of mess
It's
around?
a thing where you kill stuff. Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
There is
I don't know.
talking in it too.
I mean, to be quite honest, this like, oh, Game Pass update with games, you could totally tell they're like, here's 4 games, wait 12 days, shut up, wait for E3, then we'll announce more. That's usually what they do, right?
Don't say wait for E3, Soccer, and then we all said it because you said it.
Oh,
Well, I
Zucker.
didn't say.
Wait for E3.
Be patient for
my
E3.
There you go, Zucker.
There he is. That's it. RDX making
You ruined it.
Damn it!
Yep,
We
it's
said it
over.
again this year.
All the trolls are gonna come at us now.
It's like
They said it. Look, they said it. Comes up.
Hey, I think it's funny, and we sometimes say those things on purpose. So I do want to move forward because again, a Game Pass chat. Let us know your thought on this because For Honor is it's a good looking game, and it did get Series X patch, right? I also have to get into some of these super chats real quick. Shout out to 1,700 people watching live, guys. We do have one here from KY Bob, Kentucky's finest. He says, with the full support of DX12 Ultimate API, with RDNA 2 hardware in the Series X and the S, do we think Microsoft's 2020 can hit 60 on the Series X? Microsoft Flight Sim is that's going to be a curious one because again, that game it's the first next gen game, and it's going to look beautiful. But the question is, will it run at 60 frames on the ground? I don't know of any PC that does that right now. The frame rate does not lock to 60, according to when I last saw. So that is a good question.
Does it when you're out and around? Like
when you're up in the sky, yeah it does lock.
But if it doesn't lock on the ground, they'll go, nope.
Well,
can't have that.
They might let it run, but yeah, they'll tout BRR or whatever for that. But yeah, good question, KY. Derek, by the way, he says, for the love of God, please change your camera angle in 2K, dealer, please. I'm going to leave it there. Doubly as long now. I don't like that camera either, man. I really don't. But yeah, this is NBA 2K21, the next gen version, not the Game Pass one. It's an actual separate title, and it looks damn good at 4K. One of the best looking games, actually, I would say. Way better
and
than
not
Madden.
not available on PC because the other day on PC, I think it was the Epic Store, they had the game for free, man. I tweeted it out there, and so I downloaded it for my kid, and he's playing it, and he's like, "Well, this doesn't look like the Xbox version."
He's like, "This looks like trash."
I'm like, "That's the version you get. Shut up."
No, y'all, PC didn't unlock SSDs yet. You hear? Hey, Captain, by the way, in the super chat. He says, new Samsung phone. What is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about the same thing, the ray tracing on the new Samsung phones. What the hell? Still blows my mind.
Yeah,
Much needed,
apparently,
right?
apparently, the next Samsung phone's going to have a pretty beefy GPU in there from AMD, man.
I need a beefy fucking speaker. My damn speaker keeps blowing out on my stupid phones. I kick it across the yard.
In the phone.
Stop listening to your music on it.
Yeah, you know what? It's just loud stuff, okay?
Your phone looks like a suitcase because it has a 5600 XT in it.
Hey, never mind. Not to get off topic, but also on that presentation, AMD showed the computer that they have in the new Teslas, and it's more powerful than the PlayStation 5. It's got like 10 teraflops of power, man.
I mean, come on. We all know PlayStation can boost up to 10.2, bitch. So, not technically, D-Batch.
So it's as powerful as Stadia.
Yeah, it's like
Dealer, so your speaker went out on your phone?
My other phone, yeah, it just blew out. It exploded out the bottom.
You know what the cure to that is, right?
Just
Listen to
slam
a
your
Randolph
phone on the
Thor
ground?
video.
Yeah.
It's nice and quiet.
What the hell? Randolph Thor has got the soothing sounds of Randolph Thor.
It is.
The man
It's
with
almost like
the
ASMR
million,
at this point.
Colt, we're making you miss Rand, aren't we?
The man with the million.
Oh my god. I can't get nothing out of him.
I hate us so much.
Hey, you know what? We're doing some fuck shit. We're being messy.
We are.
Slip in the super chat. Shut up, Soccer. Slip in the super chat. 20 super chat. He says, assuming Infinite isn't Halo, he says, can we plant the seed for Halo going, I guess, the COD route? Why wouldn't Infinite be Halo? I would say it's a natural evolution like Doom Eternal's a natural evolution of Doom. It's almost a perfect evolution, actually. Right, Fonzarelli? I mean, it's amazing.
Yep. It's funny you mentioned Doom. My son's playing Doom Eternal right now. He's trying to beat the hardest mode. You know, you can't die. Getting close.
Well, he wants. I mean, it's a good question. Slip SP. He wants a more traditional Halo, and I would say, man, for now, you got to let these guys build this project and at least hang on, really, you stuttering bastard in the background. Shit, I'm trying to finish Slip's comment, man. He's in the background. Today, Junior. Yeah, just give them a chance. We'll see what they can do. If they already spent $500 billion making this damn Halo, you might as well let them throw it out there and maybe you'll like it.
500
Yeah, who
billion.
knows? Who knows what they spent? Somebody said something else though in the background. Go ahead.
No, I said you can't say they spent $500 billion on Halo. They didn't. I think
they
the
spent
rumor
500
was
trillion.
that I think the rumor is they allotted them $500 billion over the course of 10 years for the engine in the studio to do Halo Infinite's like whole 10-year plan.
No, it's 500 million, Colt.
It was
Jesus
500
Christ.
million. You guys are you guys sound
They're
like fucking
buying
Dr.
NASA
Evil.
for Halo.
You guys are like
Who
Dr.
said
Evil.
billion? Did I say
You did.
billion?
Yeah, you said billion.
I said billion. I was just kidding. I was just pulled out of my ass.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Dr.
Somebody
Evil
said
going on.
500 million like the other day, and I'm like, oh, they're like, it looks like that. And it's $500 million. I'm like, oh,
The
God,
grunt's
it's
like,
not what it looks Roblox, Roblox Halo.
hey,
I
for
said that.
500 billion, can I get ray tracing? I'll take the ray
don't know.
tracing for 500 billion.
I highly doubt it.
All right. Well,
Oh God.
Zocker, you're a fraud.
No.
Meat Puppet, by the way, it says updated graphics, higher FPS are good. Doesn't matter though because it'll be 2 to 5 years before most people. Yeah, well, I mean, it matters for the people who can get it. I mean, let's say you get one tomorrow. Cynical Meat Puppet goes away and he becomes nice Meat Puppet again. Maybe.
I just find it funny that people want to like have, like, you know, the way Doom Eternal is, like, it's a single player game. Like it's a freaking one of the best single player first person shooter games I've ever played. I love it. It's my game of the year last year next to Phoenix Rising. And I know people are like, well, I want Halo to be like that. Like, but Halo is like, where Halo gets its bang for its buck is multiplayer. Like, people love the freaking multiplayer. It's what lasts. It's what everybody plays. Like, I play the campaign on Legendary, then we just jump right into multiplayer. Like, that's it. Like, and then it's multiplayer all day.
Yeah.
So I think people need to understand that it's a very different development cycle. It's a very different, like, it's developed differently than a lot of other games that you're probably playing that you're like, why can't they just do this? It's like, because it's not the same. That's it.
What are you talking about? Like, how's it developed differently?
Because it has more multiplayer in mind. That's the centric part of it. Like, multiplayer to me is developed different. Like Apex Legends is developed right with just multiplayer in mind.
What about Call of
That's
Duty?
it. That's the way I look games. Call of Duty again. It's just developed with multiplayer. I mean, they skipped the whole damn
Modern Warfare
campaign.
2019, did you, fool?
Fool! They skipped a whole campaign
That
on
means
Call
no
of Duty
Zocker
2 years
speak.
ago.
Fool! Man, swine. Hey,
I think what
That's why-
Zocker's trying to say is that I don't think they'll show a lot of campaign at E3 because multiplayer is the big suite, the big draw. Like, if you think about how many people, like a lot of people play the campaign, of course, but I don't expect the campaign in Halo Infinite to rival some of the biggest story-based games that have ever come out.
No,
obviously,
no,
like their big draw is they want to stick that multiplayer suite of all these different modes, matchmake, competitive, co-op, all this stuff to play with people like for a long time. So that's what we're going to see at E3, I think.
And I think I do think they need to tweak a little bit of the shooting mechanics because things have evolved so much in the last 5-6 years. I think like the best shooting mechanics is like for me is like Destiny, Apex, Doom Eternal. Like those are some of the best shooting I've ever like experienced.
did you ever
like
play
on
Halo,
console?
Halo 2?
Yeah, I played Halo 2. Yeah, but I'm saying it's a
Did
little
you like
dated.
it?
I like it a lot,
Okay,
but I
alright.
think they could be better. I always want everything to be better.
I feel like the aim is pretty damn good, chat. Call Zucker a fraud.
Hey,
You're a fraud.
Destiny
You
has
can't for
some-
shit. We saw you play a game. You're missing everything. You're like, my cat jumped on my lap.
Oh, man. You look at my score at the end of this game, take a picture of it, hang it over your bed, and cry.
I realize they're going to focus a lot on multiplayer, but I really hope they do show some campaign because I think that's what needs to be proven. Multiplayer doesn't really need to be proven at all with Halo. And in fact, most people out there, most gamers that like Halo multiplayer are already saying that. Saying, you know, they know that multiplayer is going to be good. They just want to see campaign. And I think it's a big mistake if they don't show any campaign. So I think they will. But yeah, I just don't think the focus should be multiplayer.
All right, chat,
they got a
you
cool
got to
new
do a poll for
mode-
chat for this, all right? Because this is kind of controversial, and then we'll move on. So they showed some crap that looked a lot different than the Roblox stuff last year, right? And then they showed the Roblox stuff, and now this year they've already shown that the game looks a lot better, right? We talked about it before, and wasn't held back by old hardware and needed more time. What should they do, chat? Should they show?
How'd they show
campaign?
that though? How'd
Either.
they show that it looked a lot better?
They showed the screenshots so far.
Screenshots don't mean I was
You better
about to
not
say
ever
something, but
post a screenshot again, sir.
Screenshots aren't the definitive
No one
answer
said
to
that.
what we saw last year.
Hey, screenshots run the
we
Twitterverse.
need-
You
Yeah,
don't
I
get
want
people
Roblox
bragging
screenshots
about
now.
what they got.
Yeah, I know. Freaking iPhone 3 screenshots people throw up sometimes.
Remember the zooming in
right?
on Dale's
Yeah,
forehead
yeah.
from 400 yards
Screenshots
away
matter
in
when
Gears
it's-
5?
Yeah,
But-
you have to, yeah.
We need to see video. We need to see.
Honestly,
gameplay
I don't want
footage.
We do
screenshots.
need
I've
to
seen
see
people-
video. Nobody said we did it. Like, I'm like, what the
No, no.
hell? Of course we do.
No
We need to
specific-
see
Don't get me
screenshots
wrong. The
20 times
screenshots make
soon.
it look better. The screenshots make it look better. It looks great. Like you could tell there's a difference. But I want to see it in motion. I want to see it working. I want to see gameplay. I want to see the
And they
campaign and
said they would.
multiplayer.
So
I
you
want
said
to see
it's
both.
proper.
I want to
They
see
said they would.
both. I
They
know.
said they would.
Because the only screenshots I'm seeing now is Colt Eastwood Shepherd on Twitter right now with his
Oh,
Mass Effect
yeah.
playthrough.
You were
That's all I
awful
see.
generous with that armor, Colt. You don't wear that much armor in real life.
I know, especially in your midsection. You don't need that much.
They have said they're going to show gameplay. I mean, they just keep pointing at how gameplay's coming for E3 over and over.
I would hope so.
Leave it to Xbox. They hide gameplay for as long as possible. I can't stand it, but
They're going to show screenshots of the multiplayer at E3.
that.
Man,
They
this,
just
this
zoom
is
in and out.
irrational.
Slide
This is
go.
irrational malarkey,
Old-
sir.
And then go under
PowerPoint
the stage.
presentation.
Go under the stage to wrestlers playing it.
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry this happened.
Sorry, Gears.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're going to show
chat.
gameplay.
What do you
They're
think?
going to show
Should they
gameplay
show
just like they did.
multiplayer gameplay or more campaign gameplay?
They should show both, technically. But will they?
They
I don't
should.
know. We do know that the multiplayer is 120. Tim Dog, what do you think about this? Halo Infinite, what campaign multiplayer? What do you think?
I'm excited, very excited for it. As we talked previously in chats and stuff, I mean, like Xbox Live, I do think that whatever it comes out, it's going to be criticized, it's going to be nitpicked.
Facts.
They're in a position where they're just a hot ticketed item. That's just it's going to be a hotbed for criticism in some areas. Some people will love it. So I expect that's probably why we're getting this talk of the campaign. They're probably strategically thinking they want to show campaign, but they probably want to show less of what they showed, but show it in a much better light. Multiplayer seems to be getting more of a pass. Everyone's probably going to like the multiplayer. Overall, though, I think Halo just really it needs to get close to launch and launch itself. And I really think it's going to be a huge game. And I think a lot of people, even though this talk is constant and the fever for Xbox for Halo is like so high. Like anytime you post something, it goes crazy. Or like the littlest of things, like this, the music. I mean, people go crazy. Halo's huge, so I'm not worried about it. I just know it's just going to probably be annoying. So I would say, as an Xbox fan, these guys who have no E3s and they don't like Xbox, they're looking to go into the show to criticize, and that's just the way it is. It's a fact. You can say what you want. That's a loser who does that, but it's done on both sides. But those guys are going to be extra critical because they don't have an E3 again. And I think Halo, like I've said in the past, they went for the older art, the older art of looking like Halo Combat Evolved, and I think it's going to hurt it in the way that people are going to say, "Oh, it's not next generational." But I think Evolve is really a lot of hot air, because in the end, when this launches, it's going to outsell everything, in my opinion. I think it's going
Tim,
to be huge.
let me ask you something about that, Tim.
Oh, shit.
Why did they go for that old art style? Who was asking for that?
A lot of people.
No,
A lot
no, Zach. I didn't see anybody asking
No.
for the
No.
old
Right.
look. Nobody.
Well,
It's something that after they saw it, they were
What
like,
people
"Huh."
were asking for, from what I remember, is people were asking for Halo to go back to its roots. Like even
Yeah,
people
they
were
want-
making
they
fun
want-
of.
Nobody was
they
asking
want
for
to
the
go back
old art style.
graphically.
They don't even
One at a
want
time,
Halo
you know?
to run.
They don't even want
They-
Halo. Yeah, they don't even want Halo to sprint. They said the armor is too much. It's there's too much going on. Take it back a little bit. Like I remember that, and I do remember a lot of people asking for them to go back to their roots. And maybe they took it a little step too far from going back, or I don't know. Until the game releases, we don't know. But as for the criticism, Tim, sorry to say it, the criticism is well founded because of what Xbox has shown. It's their fault. the criticism is going to be even bigger because of that last showing that we saw last year.
Yeah,
It's
you're
on
right.
them. It's on them to make it better. I don't give. I don't
We
give
can
a
all agree
flying.
that they're going to criticize, right?
I mean, everybody gets
Yeah,
criticized.
yeah,
Alloy's
exactly. Why are
getting
we talking about
criticized
this?
for having a double chin or some shit. Like, who cares?
Make
Or
a double
Aloy,
chin
whatever.
salsa. Hey,
Like, who cares? People are going to
I
be
just think
criticized.
it's
Show me what you
really
got.
Tim
no
Dog.
way.
Tim Dog's coming through the Phantom Zone. Please, Tim, say something. We can barely hear you.
I just think there's no way for them to unless they completely like revamped the engine and completely went back and did Halo again. There's just no way they're caught in between a rock and a hard place. They are set, as you know, in development with this engine and everything that's going on. And what you got, what you got at that last E3, it's not going to be vastly much different than that. It could be sharper, it could look better, sure, but it's not going to be something that's going to, it's not going to wow you, in the way I think people want. But overall, I do think the game's going to be very good.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be scenes where there's going to be a drastic difference, particularly that of which we have spent a lot of time criticizing. Craig in the background and the bushes licking all the lampposts and stuff. Somebody asked about a new cover for Halo Infinite because of the delay. Yes, it will have Craig on it. No, it will not. Halo's going to be great. I'm not really sure why people are choosing now to freak the fuck out. It's been a year. But when it got delayed, we were all happy. We asked for it to get delayed last year. A lot of guys in the chat did. And hopefully it has ray tracing and all that stuff at launch like it wasn't going to have last year. And 343 give us their best work. That's what we want. Is it okay? Everyone satisfied? We agree. We're going to get criticized and shit on no matter what, but we want the good game, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course we want a good game,
Right,
and I want it to be shown as a good game. I want it to be shown as
No,
E3.
Zucker, that
I want to
would never
see what it is.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's all about, what they've worked on the last 10 months.
So we got one guy in the chat, David VGS, who asked for, these old graphics for Halo Infinite. And he says that all he cares about is fun, engaging story. He doesn't care much for graphics. Well, that's you, bud. Most of the other people in chat are saying they didn't want these old Halo graphics. So I don't know. You go from Halo 4 looking, awesome to Halo 5 looking great to now going backwards. It's weird to me that they chose that route.
Amazing in person.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. The game itself will have nice textures and stuff, sure, but the overall art style of it is just going
Have
back.
we seen enough of that to say that, though?
dated look? It's but it's just odd.
Think
to
about
me
all the
that
locations.
Nobody even asked for that.
Well, Fonz, this is
David
ridiculous.
asked
Come
for
on.
that. Sorry.
Hopefully it's great, and we haven't seen enough of it. Really think about that. We really haven't seen that much of the damn game. We saw some
But
damn
for me,
chipmunks derping around on the ground. He ran around, he shot some stuff. Grunts was sleeping, and he drove a warthog. That's what he did, and it wasn't that great. They delayed it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for better. Chat, let us know what you're thinking. And we're with you. We want it to be great, but we just haven't seen enough.
I honestly, I just think that there's too much shit going on, and they listen to a little bit too many people. Like Halo 5 has like the best multiplayer we've seen in Halo, and then the campaign with Locke was kind of like a misstep, but then everybody hated it. And then Halo 4, again, people were criticizing that one, and
Halo,
I think they just didn't know.
They knew.
Like Halo 4 got criticized for its multiplayer. Like people were like, "It's meh," and then they brought out Halo 5, which is great multiplayer that people love and still play to this day. And then they criticized the campaign, so they're just kind of like, I think there's just too much criticism, too much shit going on.
You played more
listening to
Locke
too
in
many
that
people.
campaign than Chief, but that's besides the point. Let's just move on. Like Halo Infinite.
Move it over then.
Zaunkra, we're gonna play Halo
I will
Infinite.
stab you.
We're gonna get Colt and a Warthog in the game, right? Because it's gonna have 14.
Drive me off a cliff like you always do.
Yeah, and I
while I'm
always
on
show
the
that
gun.
Colt, that clip of me and Colt flying. We're driving
I'm just
the Warthog,
hoping at
jump
this
out,
point
and Colt
it's got
flies
a
off the cliff.
great. I'm just hoping at this point it's got a great story. Honestly,
We all do.
That's it. I could personally, I could care less for the multiplayer aspect. I've never been really that deep into the Halo multiplayer anyway. I've played it. I've done that, but back in the day. But for me now, it's more about campaigns. So I'm hoping for a good, solid campaign, regardless of the way it looks. I'm hoping for the best, but at the same time, I'm just saying it's just one of those things. I know we've seen it last year, but I said it then. Like, who asked to go back with the art style? And it's just whatever.
No one did.
Did you
No one
did you
did. I
ever go
think
back and beat Halo 2, the enhanced Series S and X version? That
No,
shit is
no, I
fucking...
didn't.
Dude, you got to go back and beat this shit. You'll remember what a great Halo story is. Watching
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Get
yeah,
headshotted
The
by a
first three
flood.
were excellent.
It's nuts. But yeah, come on. Allow me to move forward, gentlemen, please. For Tim Dog's going to yell at
Go ahead.
us. We're going to get grounded.
Go.
Tim Dog, the Battlefield reveal, right? This is a
Oh
quick
my
one. We'll get on this one.
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
What's
but,
going on?
but it's I can't move past when I read comments like this. Okay, too
Stop
much
commenting,
detail
Jack.
becomes eye clutter when there's a lot going on. One bad mother. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. That is ridiculous.
Oh,
Too
I
much
also
eye
disagree.
clutter.
There's too much
Jeez,
clutter in my
man.
I'm having too much fucking ear clutter right now. I'll tell you
Sponsor-
that.
You know what?
I'm gonna throw
Clutter.
you
I don't
Snickers
give a
right now,
shit.
sir.
Eye clutter.
You know
Who
what?
says
Wait,
that as a gamer
hey,
nowadays?
You know what?
There's too much
343
going
said?
on the screen. I hate it.
You know what?
I hate
343
these
said?
graphics.
Jesus.
343 said something very similar in like 2 months ago or a month ago in their last Waypoint
Too much
update.
damn eye clutter.
They talked about keeping it clear and concise and
Yeah.
easy to read UI and visual presentation. And I think that was them covering for their simple looking graphics. And it makes me wonder if they're sticking with an improved version of what we saw last summer. I think Tim's right that if you're expecting the game to look like God of War, which is not an open world or semi-open world game like Halo Infinite is supposed to be,
It is kind of a open world.
but
Kind of.
Did you
then
guys see that
again, Horizon Forbidden West
way
is
too
fully
much eye
open
clutter in
world
Forbidden West.
and looks incredible.
much.
So, yeah.
Bonds, you said Forbidden West has way too much eye clutter?
Way too much
We're
eye
just now
clutter.
hearing about this from you? Really?
Way too much eye clutter, man. I can't stand these great graphics
Damn eye
anymore. You know, too much eye clutter, eye strain going on. I can't deal with it.
Well,
I wanna
okay,
go
okay.
back.
Let's just
Give me-
let
give me
people
old-
disagree.
Yeah.
Let's do move on,
Please.
please.
Yeah.
Let's move
Give
on.
me old PS2 graphics.
I've got
please.
fleas after this conversation. I don't even know
Halo
where it came
gets
from.
I do too. I feel itchy in here, like there's just bugs crawling all over
That's because
me
you're
with
in the
this-
chat crawling around all
BS.
everybody. Stop that! Stop it!
No, because I'm reading actual BS that fanboys like to do when they want to just try to defend their favorite games or plastic and stuff. It's ridiculous stuff like that. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to pick on dude, but sorry, that comment was ridiculous. Eye clutter. That's the
Some people
worst
like
stuff
different
I've
art
heard in a
styles and
long
stuff like
time.
that. But yeah,
I'm a huge Halo fanboy, or you could say, well, I love Halo. I'm not as listen. I realize what it is, but I have to say, from when I saw that demo last year, I was one of the people that was not as hating on it like obviously most were. I mean, what I saw was a very fun game. But I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just like I said, it's not going to hit that wow presentation, and that's.
But it should. It's Halo.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
I don't
Have
know,
the
Tim.
best
Like,
mind-blowing
are you
graphics.
confident enough
This
to
is
say it's
their
not,
bread
Tim?
and butter.
I think
Xbox
it's
is Halo.
Hang
Halo
on.
is
Let Tim explain his
Xbox,
statement.
dude.
Let Tim explain his
It's
statement.
ridiculous.
Listen. I'm not going to say that it looks like shit.
Jesus.
I'm going to say it looks good. It's just not going to be the visual presentation that I think people kind of wanted. And yeah, it's a little bit of a miss, but if everything else hits, and it sounds like they're on their way. It sounds like the story's excellent. It sounds like the gameplay, or what we see in the gameplay, is fantastic. It still can be very good. So I'm not counting out the game. I'm going to give it a shot, but I just don't. My heart of hearts is that I don't think it's going to impress people like Fonz who want, when there's a lot of people like Fonz, or even myself. I don't think, I think it's going to be happy, but I don't think I'm going to be like, wow, like.
No.
That's
And don't get me wrong. I if this game is great with the campaign, the story, and everything, I'm going to be happy with that. But I'm just saying these comments, these defensive
I
comments
think
over
you're
what
right
the game
in
looks like and what it should look like. Honestly,
Yeah.
Halo
Should be
is the
defining-
franchise
it
that
should be
started it all for
defining.
Xbox.
Mhm.
It should look its best. It should
I-
be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Should
looking.
be an
Yeah.
industry leading
Yeah,
game visually.
yeah,
Ted, stop
I agree.
pissing
I agree.
Bonds off.
I agree with Fonz though. It's
No, it's-
Halo needs to be the pinnacle. It needs to
Mhm.
it needs to have the best graphics and the gameplay. Like, it's fine everyone saying, oh, the gameplay is going to be good. I'm sure the story is going to be good. We're in the era now that we have the hardware to have all of these things, to have great gameplay,
Facts.
great graphics,
Thank
great story. Like, we have it all.
Facts.
And like, just to be fair, the competition would never allow that to happen. You're never going to see their Uncharted's or their Horizon Zero's Dawn looking like trash, looking like last generation games. Their first party games look good, and it's synonymous with PlayStation. And I think Xbox needs to do the same with their first party titles. That when you see Halo looking like A1, you say, yeah, that's Xbox, and they don't have that now outside of like Forza. And I would say that the Gears franchise has really stepped up, but Halo is Xbox, and I'm with Fonz on this one.
At the end of the day, guys, everyone's got points and everyone's got opinions, and they're allowed to have those opinions. But what isn't an opinion is what we all asked them to delay the game. They then delayed the game. The game now looks better. It is just a screenshot. No one said that's the only thing that matters. We need to see gameplay. We need to see story, and we will see those things. The game just got another year of development with 1,000 developers on it. So I cannot sit here without seeing anything extra from the mountains popping in on Craig's forehead and sit here and act like and bitch about this shit that I haven't fucking seen. So give me a little bit of time to move the fuck to the next topic. I love the passion, though. I love it. Chat, you're amazing. And
I apologize for going on about it. Dealer.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. I just don't want you to start stabbing people in the chat.
No. When I see ridiculous things, I have to call it out, dude.
Well,
that's pretty
I'm sorry. Look, I don't care if you're a PlayStation, nut job or an Xbox nut job. I'm going to call you out. Okay.
Zink says Halo's never looked bad. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But
let's move on from
Halo.
Let's move on from Halo. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, let's move. Let's listen. Let's just move on. All right. There's
I'm about to fucking Benjamin Button in the corner right now.
I mean, holy shit! Like, there's some the sound, the gameplay looked awesome. Everything, the world building looked great.
Hook.
The graphics could use a little work, and that's all. Like, that's what it is. It's Halo, Like, Halo's gonna come out. It's gonna kick some ass. It's gonna be a massive game that comes out at the end of the year, or at the holiday season, or the last 4 months of this year, and it's gonna be a big seller because that's what Halo does. A lot of people, what Tim said is right. Halo's not dead. People's like, Halo's dead. No, Halo is a freaking massive franchise, one of the biggest franchises in gaming. And you know what? As Xbox fans on this podcast, we want the game to be the best it possibly can.
And this
I'm about to executive order this shit right now. I'm not even kidding. This is ridiculous.
Do it, dealer.
Hey, Cole. When's the last time you had some chocolate milk?
I had some this morning, actually.
Fucking fantastic.
What's your next topic?
All right.
What's your next topic?
Seriously, guys, you're saying the same shit over and over, just like me in a video. Let's go ahead and just I love the passion, but yes, everyone wants a great product. The chat knows, we know. Zalker, baby cares. So I want to move on to the next topic. We've talked about Halo. That's going to be there. I think it's going to look cool, better than some think, especially in HDR, just like Horizon Zero, whatever burrito. Battlefield. That's what I wanted to ask Tim about, because Tim's a massive Battlefield fan. He loves it more than Halo. He told me. June 9th, reveal. And now they're hinting at some kind of, I don't know, I think it was Nano Polymath was talking about a potential partnership, which we had discussed before, but this has finally been confirmed. Fonz earlier, this game's going to look amazing. Battlefield is being revealed June 9th. So, I mean, has anybody heard anything in particular besides that it's held back by the Ouya?
No, but I do know this. Well, I don't know this, but I'm predicting that'll be in Game Pass.
Well, I mean,
I honestly, I'm a little bit of a different take on this than a lot of people. I think that people are now expecting this to be in Game Pass and on day one. I think that's very dangerous.
No, I'm not expecting it. It's just a prediction.
No, there's a lot of predictions out there. I mean, listen, if that in fact is in day one, and it does kind of make sense if you look at it, because you can have a huge base to compete with Call of Duty, and it'll be huge to start off with. Yeah, and it'd be a huge announcement. Which I don't think we would get it at E3. We'd probably get it towards, the close to it, so they can get pre-orders and sales like that. But I just want to warn people: you can never expect something like that big of an announcement to actually, be definite. And that's all I have to say on that. If it happens, that's a huge deal. If it doesn't, don't
take my word or anybody's word as gospel, man. We're just guessing.
You've never said it. There's the origins of the the rumor are from legit people that've been right in the past, but just something like this is just, like I said, I just would have a little trepidation, thinking that it's going to be Day Pass.
Tim confirms it's not.
No, I haven't heard anything.
I'm just kidding, Tim.
I haven't asked. I wouldn't ask something like that. I'm just saying that, like, I see a lot of Xbox fans, like, they're expecting it, and I just don't think that. I think that's kind of dangerous because if then it's not there, then you're gonna go crazy. Xbox, should definitely push third party, first party. But let's be honest, if they get that game
That'd be huge.
first day, that's freaking. That's
And if they don't, I'll still
think that
do
it
it
could.
with $60.
I think
I'll
they
buy it for
could. I
60.
think they could put it there day one. It's fine if they do because the last Battlefield 5, which they've updated a shit ton,
Trash.
is freaking like like I said, I've just started playing it again this week for fun with a couple of friends, and it's fun. We're having a good time. Like they updated a lot. There's a lot more new like maps on there for this game. I just want to see them actually take the multiplayer and like give us some progression, give us some like mods, make it modern. Like I don't want another like set piece Battlefield where it's like Vietnam or something. Like just give me a modern Battlefield that we haven't had in like 10 years. And let's go with that. Like, come on, like, and bring out enough maps and like maybe a new mode. Like, you've had an extra year on this. They usually bring out a Battlefield every 2 years. This is the third year, right? They've had 3 years of development on this game. The Frostbite engine is insane. The game's going to look insane. I'm not worried about that because every game they brought out on the Frostbite engine has been free. Like, you just look at it, you're like, man, this looks awesome. So, and the Frostbite engine was basically created during Bad Company. And actually, no, it was during Bad Company, 2, I think, or 1? So, like, it's built for Battlefield. Like, you got to make sure that the software looks awesome, the game looks awesome. They said that, they've been hyping it up, too. They're very proud of it. They're saying it's the biggest Battlefield. They're going to have the most people on screen in multiplayer. So, like, I think it was 64 people before. Maybe they're going to have 120. So, that's going to be actual big battlefields and fights. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see it. It's one of my most exciting games this year that I want to play, and maybe it comes out after Halo. So, like, we have some pretty good, multiplayer games coming out at the end of the year. So, Battlefield being one of them. And if it's on Game Pass, awesome. If not, I'm still buying it. Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Translation: Battlefield's great, and hopefully it's
Battlefield's always great.
modern day, right? That's what I want, Zachary.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm throwing
The fact that
C4
it's
into the
gonna be
Jeep
modern
spawns,
day.
and I'm ramping them shits off bridges.
Yeah, that's what I want to do too, man. I'll be there with you.
He'll be on the front
I'll
of the
play
Jeep,
some
like,
multiplayer
fuck
with you.
Halo! Just fucking explodes, takes out like
Yeah,
20
let's all
tanks.
get in a party chat and just play some multiplayer Battlefield 6. That'll be
Oh my
fun,
God,
man.
Bonds, we got to do it.
Great.
Seriously.
Well, no,
we gotta-
can you guys imagine the destructible environment now with the next gen stuff? Like the Frostbite engine's destructible environment on Battlefield 5 was insane already. Like you're like, man, this is really cool. But now it's with this new engine and all the new tech coming up. Like I want to see what it's going to look like, and I also want to see what it's going to look like on the Xbox One and PS4 because they said it's
No,
going to
you
be on
don't,
that
Zachary.
too.
You don't want to see that.
I mean, I want to look at it just so I can be
He's
like,
here,
"Ew."
soccer. He's like stuck
That's all he
in
has.
stuck in like an Arby's. And he's got a little TV and a Xbox One X on the table, and he's playing these old games. He's like, I can't do it. It's so hard.
Dude, I can't.
Yeah.
it's terrible.
We hear this guy, suffer for the rest.
Because I go to my girl's house and she has the Xbox One X, and then I just can't play. I'm like, nah,
What a fraud.
like I'm not gonna play this at 30. I'm not gonna sit here at a load screen for 2 minutes. I'm done.
Such a
I'm just
fraud.
saying, man, it's hard. Can't go back.
Okay. Well, let me get a few of these because you gotta do some of these. If you want to find some, that'd be great too. You can help me hammer through some of these. Okay. I'm trying to get as many of these as possible because these guys are throwing some
let me
jets in, and it's the least we can do. It gives
Let
many
me
as possible.
say, while you're grabbing those super chats, that this holiday, you guys might have to help me, but we have Call of Duty, Battlefield 6, Halo Infinite, Exomecha, and
Dying
Crossfire
Light?
X. Oh, no, I'm talking about first-person competitive shooters. Yeah,
Oh.
Crossfire X, Call of Duty, Battlefield 6, Halo Infinite, and Exomecha.
Is
Those are
Crossfire
5.
X really guaranteed though? This holiday?
It sounds
They
like
said
it. It sounds like they're trying.
internally, but that could change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was a campaign more.
it's a
like
campaign plus Smilegate is doing the South Korean developers doing the multiplayer modes, and then Remedy is doing the single player campaign. So I think that they're waiting until E3 to say, here's what the game looks like in campaign mode, and here's where we're launching. That's why we haven't heard anything. But you're looking at like 5 pretty big multiplayer games. Exomecha probably being the smallest one.
And like Forza, et cetera, blah, blah.
But I mean, I'm talking about
You were
first
talking about
person.
shooters, okay.
First person
Yeah, you
shooter.
Forgot
Yeah,
Halo, that's the
first-person
first person
shooter.
shooter.
Like, because you know how people are like, I said on Twitter the other day that like Xbox and PlayStation are packed the rest of this year. They're like, no, they're not. There's nothing. You guys got nothing. I'm like, dude, there's so many games. And I mean, Xbox has Darktide,
Oh, dude, yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Dark Tide Pods. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're talking about
Warhammer
Dark
Darktide.
Tide.
Warhammer
Pods.
Darktide, which is coming out probably midsummer, I would think. Zucker and I would guess, right? And that's
Yeah,
a
I'd say
co-op
August maybe.
first-person shooter. So like there are a bunch of shooter games coming out this year, and then you've got all the multiplats, and it's just crazy.
So B Water, my friend in the chat, said, when the heck is Scorn coming? A lot of people are asking about Scorn.
I'm wondering where that
Oh,
wallet
yeah,
dribbles at.
Scorn.
Fonz, where's it at?
It's supposed
Nobody
to be
knows,
2021 as well. Like that was
I think
something
it got
that
the drip and got put on the back burner.
Oh man.
Scorn was another one
Well,
that Xbox said was included in the 2021 catalog. I would assume if that's true, we'll see it at E3, and then they'll give their release date. Like some of these games will get like 40 seconds of screen time, and depending on their size.
Unless there's a weird little baby on the ground, you got a gun that shoots teeth. I mean, that's Scorn. If you want to play it, let us know.
Yep.
Oh, but there's the reason why I know that there's a lot of games coming out in the holiday season is look at the summer
holiday
lineup.
season.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, holiday season, but look at the summer lineup. Remember in summer we used to like get no games? Now it's like we have a shit ton of games coming out, like The Ascent. Like there's just a bunch of games coming out, man. I don't know.
Soccer. Sean the Bree said Arm & Hammer Dark Tights.
Arm & Hammer.
Shout out to Sean LeBrie. He's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Darktide Warhammer. Definitely looking into that for sure.
I like Dark
Yeah.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, did you see what the developer said about the game? They were like, "Why did you make this game?" And he's like, "Because we made Vermintide," and people were like, "Can you put this in the 40K realm?" And they're like, "Sure."
Why not?
Oh,
Like,
that's
so we
gonna-
just made it.
We just took the mods they
yeah.
made on our store and applied them.
those guys make games so fast.
Yeah.
But they're fun. They're really fun.
Well, shout out to Psychonauts. He says he loves RDX Tuesdays. Have a great show, guys. He also says, and another super chat says, it's entitlement funds. They want to brag. So this is stuff from the beginning, and I think you're right, man. It is, and people kind of truly do feel like if they don't have one thing, they must have something else that no one else does. Yeah, I guess
They
so.
want it.
See why? Damn, D. I thought you died. I should have got you in the last discussion, but you know what? That one went really long. CYB Studio, he says, great video, D. Yeah, he should build his next gaming PC. I'm pretty sure you asked you last time. He wants you to build his gaming PC, D.
Who does?
CYV Studio.
Okay, sure.
And he wants you to make more videos too.
Yeah.
Hit me on Twitter.
Zachary said make less videos for you, though.
I'm sorry, you cut out. I have selective
Oh,
hearing.
shit.
What was that?
Hey, Siler said, what's the probability of RDX doing a hot tub stream celebration after Microsoft? There's zero, sir. I'm a skeleton.
I was gonna
I
say
wouldn't
very-
go that
No,
far.
it's pretty high with
Jeez.
I mean,
I think Tim will do
Fonzarella's the
one.
only one that played Final Fantasy VII hot tub scene here.
Yeah, I'll do one. My little closet here, my little hot tub.
Oh my god, it was so funny. We also got Icy One. He said they say Samsung phones. Are we talking about the RDNA 2 on the PS5? We talked about that. How the new Tesla's more powerful than the PS5. That's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. Did you ever get a hold of any of these? We can take shifts. Identical.
What?
He says, can we expect hey, by the way, we're doing RDX after E3 as usual, right? So we've done this every single year. We're getting messaged about this stuff, and I've seen it a few more times. So we'll definitely be here after E3, and might have
That Sunday?
someone.
Yeah,
every
Sunday.
single E3, like we're like, okay,
On the
well,
same-
Sure.
Pretty much.
I mean, do you know somebody?
Positive?
I'm confused. What
I
do you
don't
know? What happens, Zarger?
Nothing.
What do you know?
I don't know. Nothing. Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. I guess we'll be there.
Hey, if you can't make it, let me know.
I'm
But
joking with you, dude.
man,
We can get Randall in your spot.
Docker shows up when he has the corona, just
The man with the million.
gosh.
I hate
Shadow
everybody
Drop
on
says,
this chat.
can we expect a shadow drop? It's identical. Says, can we expect a shadow drop for all existing Bethesda games into Game Pass at the event? There are very few missing, huh? But there are some, huh? I do
Well,
not
yeah,
know.
they
I
added
don't
20.
think there's that many. They dropped
added-
like 30 of them already. Like
20 or 30, 20 or more at least, yeah.
Lowdown, he says, 3-minute story trailer, and then, he'd like some multiplayer stuff after that. I agree, sir. We do want a little mix, or at least I do, and I know the panel's probably pretty similar on that one. Then VBG says after Halo Wars 2, which really, again, was one of the better Halo games, in my opinion, story, people wanted to the old art style. That's why, yeah, he's right. That did happen. Halo Wars 2 did bring back people saying, I liked kind of the art style that they had there. So that could be the case. Flexican, he says the fans asked for the art style change. Yes, I do remember that as well. Same thing. I'm going to kind of gloss over some of these guys, try to get as many of these as possible for you guys. Robert, he says, sorry, but with the budget and everything riding on Halo, it should look amazing. We all absolutely think it should be look amazing. But the 500 million, again, there's a lot to that, right? So keep that in mind. It's a new engine. There's a lot of stuff to that. Xbot, I don't know. Almost every major Halo fan and YouTuber disliked 343's art style and wanted the old art style back. Okay, we're skipping past that. KY Bob, he says, mad love for Dealer and the panel, but Fonz is on fire tonight. Fonz is always on fire.
Thank you.
He's on fire.
He's like he's yelling at his kids in the back seat.
He's on fire.
And by the way, shout out to One Bad Mother. No hard feelings. I just don't like reading stuff like eye clutter, man. I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah. I think a lot of the guys in the chat, they know what it is. They take it for what it is. Dark CMF, he says, gonna sit for a minute. I've never worn a t-shirt as comfy as this RDX one. That is a hell of a compliment. By the way, which one of y'all bought the Hulk Hogan one, right? I'm gonna link one of those in a minute. So we might come back to some of these in the end, but we're gonna move forward to this new topic. Zalker's favorite game, Destruction All Stars. The server's already dead. They filled them with bots. Go.
You're talking Xbox?
No.
What the hell game is that again?
You already forgot about Destruction All Stars? You said it was the best game of the generation, like Sea of Thieves.
First of all, Sea of Thieves is the best game of the generation, so you need to shut
Stop it. Your
little
mom's not
mouth.
here right now. Quit it.
I'll kill you.
Okay, so Destruction
I don't know.
All Stars.
Is that that free game they brought out? Like on
It was
Sony's
free
system?
after they told everyone it was 70 and no one wanted it.
Yeah, they
I
wanted it.
never even downloaded it.
Chad, do
Why?
you remember that
I
little,
just
that
don't
little
care.
destruction car game? You wreck and jump out of your car and stuff. That was a $70 title. They then put it in there for free, and now it's dead completely. They got to put bots in the servers.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I feel like I'm on
It's bad.
Xbox Live.
bad.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I knew that
Down
game.
bad.
I mean,
They're down bad.
if I usually get into like multiplayer games and stuff. I remember just looking at that and just not caring at all.
You know what?
I'm like,
I played that. I played about 3 matches of Destruction All Stars, about the same as I did as Bleeding Edge, and I gave up on both games about the same. Both games got about the same Metacritic score.
Was that like
yeah,
a 60
I played Bleeding Edge for like 10 hours, and I was like, this could be cool, but they just didn't give enough variety and just didn't really like support it. So I was like, this game is gonna die. And I know, and I enjoyed my time there. But
Damn.
yeah, I did. I
Did
tried
you
every
play
class.
Wasteland
I was
3 yet,
having fun.
Zaka, you fraud?
No, I
Oh.
haven't. I'm a
Today,
trash bag.
Dealer and I played with Lethal. We played a round of Knockout City, which is, kind of in the vein of Destruction All Stars and Bleeding Edge. It's like got that real simple, no eye clutter graphic style, and we had some good laughs. I don't know if I'd actually load that game up again. I know people are loving the heck out of it, but
No eye clutter.
that was for you, Fonz. But we did have some laughs. It was Dealer and I against Lethal, Papa, and Gaz from Game On Daily. We got destroyed. Like, they did not let up on us. But
I mean, of course, Gaz was gonna kill you. He eats hot chips for like breakfast and shit.
Mr. Twister. little beat on Twitter. Hey, by the way, when you bring up hot chips, my boy Kid Smooth, I watched his soul leave his body eating a hot chip, all right? Don't bring
Oh
up hot
my
chips on the
gosh.
show. You know
Why
that's
you
Go
dangerous.
there. I was talking
was
about
frothing.
Gaz. Why you gotta?
You brought up hot chips, okay? You know how I feel about that after watching Kid Smooth's video.
It scared you straight. I know.
I did. I'm scared.
Oh man.
And
Gaz,
Foz,
too.
he just took a bunch of screenshots of, everything Kid Smooth was trying to cool his fuck to tell with. Fonz, Xbox are going to E3. James Shields says marketing's going big this year. If marketing's going so big, what the hell could they mean?
I don't know. What could it mean? It could mean a lot. It could mean a lot of marketing, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big
I
market.
feel
What
like
would they
it's a
market
lot
though,
of like.
Fonz? Cluttered graphics?
Hot chips.
I think they're gonna
Battlefield.
market like a lot of fan stuff, like give you like try to make it as interactive as possible.
How
That's
would
what
they
I
do that, Soccer? Let us
I
know.
don't know, demos maybe? Who knows? Interactive voting
Ooh.
on stuff. Maybe some demos get dropped for us.
Maybe.
I'm just saying,
Maybe
man,
a
they don't have
beta
the
for
in
Halo
person.
Infinite multiplayer.
I mean, a beta for exactly, then we can make fun of it in person,
There you go.
and then look at that
And
beautiful eye clutter. Mhm.
Unison.
That's what I think. I think that's what the marketing means. If he because he specifically says marketing, so
Mhm.
I don't think it's like
Marketing.
hopefully they go big and drop a shit ton of games for us to
Like
look
Pringles
at.
cans or something, like really go all out.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
What are we
I'm down.
doing?
Dealer, are you still live, buddy?
I know, dealer. Where'd you go?
Look,
What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Fonz to talk about Halo energy drinks, but he still ain't even thought of it.
We need that. We need Halo energy
Yeah.
drinks. We need that game with
How
the,
about Halo
the
saltiest
headbutt,
tears?
Salty
the
tears.
deer that headbutts that vending machine for
Hmm.
soap.
Yeah.
Need that.
Halo saltiest
Did that
tears.
ever
Dealer,
come
you
out,
got
by the
another.
way?
you got another
Actually, it's
topic
so
for us?
funny.
Hang
Dealer
on,
was
Cole.
talking about it,
Hang
and
on.
then the last show they showed
The
it.
Bambi
in
game did
summer.
not come out.
Summer
Yeah,
comes
that's
out though.
Yeah, D-Badge pre-ordered it, and
Yep,
I
day
did
one.
too. So yeah, I mean, marketing, Colt, fucking just take it over, go run the floor, and let everybody know
Marketing Colt.
what they're marketing, what you've marketed, and where can people market you.
What are
Go!
you doing? I don't know what they're gonna do for ramp up marketing. I mean, they better do some
Mini
TV
fridge.
spots or something.
More mini
They
fridges.
better have some mini fridges. I'm be pissed.
Yep.
Well,
Rock.
they have
Didn't
it
you
in-
say that? Didn't you confirm that
celebrities. What about
Tom Cruise is
celebrities
coming?
on?
Fonz, are you
Right,
saying Usher's going to be there?
Yeah, I'm saying
These
Neo.
hard,
Neo's
man.
going to be there.
Neo? What the fuck?
Well, listen.
The Noid.
Go ahead,
From
Tim.
what I heard, it's just still a tough climate to even run an E3, and Xbox running an E3 is they knew that it was going to be tough. It was going to as someone told me, it's hard to do anything amazing in this climate. There's still not 100% there, but for me, I'm grateful that they're having an E3 because
Mhm.
what it tells me is that next year they're going to have an E3, and I do believe that they're going to keep to them. From what I've heard, they miss the fans. Like this E3, they're hyped and all, but it's just not the same without the fans, as far as from what I've been told. And they really appreciate us. And I can't say, I can honestly say, some of the times when I go at Sony and some of the stuff and some of their fans, there's a stark difference in how Xbox treats their fans versus Sony treats their fans. Now, people will say, well, they don't, I just want games. I don't need to, I don't need this and that. And that is true. But it's also, it should be said for that it's nice that a big company like that, like Xbox, is still putting out E3s. Next year, probably going to have another E3, probably have a fan fest. They're doing a digital fan fest this year. But they do have a real strong connection with its fans, and I really, one of the reasons why I'm such a big Xbox guy is because, I don't see any other company in anywhere doing what they're doing or having their type of connections they have. And like I said, it's just nice to see. But from what I've heard, that they're really, they really would love to have the fans there, and it's still tough running an E3 type show in this environment.
That is something, Tim, that's really something to speak on when it comes to how they treat the fans. Because you see on the other side, there's a lot of hate towards that. And it's like, these guys know damn well that if Jim Ryan did the same, spoke to these people, went on these people's podcasts, they had executives that did that, they would eat it up. They would love it. They would love a fan fest type thing going on for PlayStation as well. They would love all this stuff. It's honestly at the end of the day, it's a bit of jealousy, and it's a bit of just like they just don't understand because they're not getting that.
Yeah.
And I get it 100%. Like, but it just shouldn't be attacked. It's
Right,
awesome
well,
that the company is this tangible. Honestly, it really is.
No, I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I saw Paris put a picture up, and they went out to dinner between Phil and I think Aaron and his sister. You know, like that's because those people actually talk and are friendly and you know, like they know each other. Like that's just something to be said for, you know. Paris is great. You know, Paris is always a PC guy, and then, you know, he does love Game Pass and he loves what Xbox is bringing. But you know, Paris is a good guy. But then I see these people who are like jealous of that, saying he's on the payroll, and you know, like all this stuff,
Yeah,
and all the
nonsense.
jealousy, and it's just bullshit. It's just
Anybody who's
it's
ever
just
spoken to Phil
Yeah.
for any amount of time would know that Phil is a down to earth guy and a gamer. Number one, that's what you have to. That's what you come away with after talking to Phil, is that he is a true gamer. I don't care what, you know. We could talk about, you know, some blunders or whatever that he may have been, you know, has done, you know, in the past.
said,
But
or
when it comes to Phil himself as a person, he's a nice guy and he's a gamer. That's what I came away with when I talked to him.
he's
And you don't know anything about
Yeah.
Jim Ryan. You don't know anything about these guys on PlayStation side because they're not tangible. You can't reach out to them and say anything and get a response.
100%.
It's
Yeah, some
ridiculous.
shields.
Yeah, pay shield.
It's ridiculous.
Speaking of pay shields, I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. Hey, guys.
Bye. See you next week.
Yeah, we gotta go, guys. I got part of my soul drained out of my body.
But what about Neo?
The what? Neo, the R&B artist?
My clutter
he'll
in
be
my
there.
eyes. I want it to be as clear as
Well, you got to
possible.
turn down the damn sharpening. You got a bunch of artifacting everywhere. Tim Dog, I told you can't
Turn
raise it up
down
too
that
high.
eye clutter.
And pistol whip some grunts while you're at it, will you?
Today, Junior.
Yeah. Cedric H, by the way.
Before you move on, I just want to answer
Yeah.
that question real quick. I think the marketing deals. I think we're going to see some new partnership with some games that probably weren't partnered up with Microsoft before. I think we're probably going to see some new titles being added to Game Pass that we're not expecting. I think we're going to get some deals like that, and I think it makes sense for them because coming this fall, you know, we got Halo, we got a few games. I'm sure they're going to give us a few surprises at E3. But we're not going to have like a plethora of games, right? So it would make sense for them to partner up with some of these companies to bring some of these games to Game Pass day and date, to push that service forward, and you know, to fill the deficit of some of the games they may have this fall season. I think that's more what we're going to see.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, agreed.
Dealer out of nowhere.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like
You're
yeah, I mean,
spacing out.
he kind of worded it perfectly. A nice Canadian accent. So yeah, they're doing a lot of deals. They're back in 2015 mode, but this time they're rich. You know,
Forgot the A at the end. A.
Hey,
yeah, eh? So I am looking forward to E3. I know there's a lot of negativity out there in general, but shit, what have we had
Yeah,
over
I'm
the past
looking
year? A damn pandemic. I'm ready for a little bit of traditional
Yeah.
entertainmentizing because I'm ready. Y'all here? So go ahead and hit the like button, guys. If you haven't, we do appreciate it. Subscribe. Support all these guys on the panel. We'll kind of mingle. I'm going to get some super chats here in a second, and we'll do some outros. It's Cold Eastwood chews on his toenails. But Cedric H, real quick, he does say, do you guys see on Dolby Vision? Did you cover that while I was not paying attention? The Dolby Vision
no,
licensing
we didn't
thing?
talk about it.
Okay, so basically
What's
Xbox,
the truth on that?
they thought Xbox had the marketing rights to Dolby Vision for games, and that's apparently not the case. It was mistyped. I don't really care.
No.
I mean, no, I don't think we ever
Yeah,
mentioned it.
D-Batch, do you have the final answer on that? Because like it was
Yeah.
reported that it's 2-year exclusive, and why would Xbox do that? What's the truth?
Well, the truth of the matter is it's not true. So there's no type of partnership. Dolby Vision games, I guess, can be supported on the PlayStation 5 naturally because they're running a GPU and a CPU. That's not much different from the Series X, minus those extra features, whatever. But yes, it's not true. It's I don't know. It's fanboys coming up with this stuff. I saw a lot of this stuff on Twitter yesterday, and guys saying, "Oh, this is anti-consumer. You guys aren't going to speak up on Microsoft being anti-consumer." And 24 hours later, we find out that it's bullshit. So once again, you know, watch your sources. You know, like I got to be honest. Like in the beginning, when I started off this YouTube shit, I kind of did that a bit, where I would like fly on stuff like the 4K Switch.
I was flying high.
And you know what? In hindsight, it was stupid, and I learned from it. But these guys out here, they don't learn from it. Like if something comes out, you want to hear it from more than one source before you're going to at least run with it. If you see some credible sources going with it, then you want to talk about it. Sure, at least wait 24 hours till the dust settles to see if someone's going to rebut what was said. And these guys, like we said earlier in the podcast, as soon as something negative comes around regarding Microsoft, these guys just see dollar bills and they just see clout and they just see views and subs and they're like, okay, here we go. Here's our negative Xbox story. And you know that shit's just gotta stop, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I look forward to seeing more of it tomorrow. Chat and let us know your thoughts on the 4 times the detail Fallout 76. Cole, are they going to make another Fallout 76? I mean, we should just build a time machine now and stop them, right?
No, I mean,
No?
they know.
We shouldn't?
They know. Well, I mean,
That
the
was
funny
a
thing is
question.
Fallout 76 has a pretty beefy player base, but I don't think they're touching that again. Lesson learned, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I'm also getting tired of people saying that Starfield is going to be Fallout 76. I get tired of people saying that every new game that experiences some kind of delay is the next Cyberpunk 2077. It's like, come on, guys. Like,
Let me
enjoy the
ask
hobby a little
people
bit.
People that say that, when's the last single-player Bethesda game that came out and flopped?
I mean, I don't think Fallout 76 flopped technically sales-wise, did it? Maybe it
No,
did.
but it was panned
Yeah,
by the
critically.
critics. So
Yeah.
so I'm
Youngblood.
just saying there hasn't
Youngblood.
been one single-player game from Bethesda. that
Youngblood.
has.
Youngblood's co-op.
Youngblood. Yeah,
Yeah, but
Youngblood.
that wasn't made by Bethesda. That was Machine Games, wasn't
Published by Bethesda, yeah.
Arcane.
Yeah.
I get what you're
Arcane
saying,
did
though.
it.
it?
with-
Arcane, yeah.
Yeah.
This is about delivering great exclusive
Oh,
games
hey,
for
Phil.
you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Why
Hey,
does he
Phil,
always
can-
come on to say that, Phil?
He loves that.
Bill,
quote.
can we go out to dinner since
This is
maybe?
about delivering great exclusive.
All right, stop it, Phil. Always.
Yeah.
Can Rand say hi? Is Rand around?
Rant?
This is about
Hey, Tim, I'm sorry.
Tim's here for it though.
He's like,
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm waiting for Rand to say I'm a man of the moon.
we need some
Yeah, do
on
it.
that.
million.
love it.
Shout out to
Hate
Neil
it.
Polymath. He says, happy anniversary, Xbox Game Pass. He made it a little cake and everything. Thank you. Chinook Guy. He says, should Xbox use Inside Xbox to deep dive into a game? Well, they did do that, and then they stopped, and we've not heard anything about it. All right?
Into the Xbox anymore.
Say what, Tim?
I
You're
don't
kind of
think-
muffled a little bit, bud.
I'm sorry. I don't even think that there's an Inside
Yeah.
Xbox. I think it's canned.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's, Inside Xbox might not exist anymore, which is unfortunate. Shout out to RDX, son of Fett. Dobie Adam, Vision Xbox exclusive for 2 years. Yes, that was what we just covered, but that is not actually the case, sir. And even if it were, how does it really benefit you being exclusive, and how does that even make sense? It's a HDR algorithm. I don't know. And then we've got Beaner in the chat. Fonz, he's talking about going to Rand's and saying, I can't say this stuff, man. Tiggle bitties. Okay, yeah. We get it. We get it, bitties. Thank you. All right, Fonz is going to go read that right now, and he's going to take it right to Randall. And then we've got another one. He says, toxic Sony fanboys troll Xbox fans because they are, yeah, you're doing it again. I can't do it. that one I won't do. All right. I think I got most all of them, okay? But yeah, shout out to everybody in the Super Chat. Shout out to everybody that listened to us bicker and disagree. Somebody said, we want some differing opinions on the show. You don't watch the show. I mean, clearly. This show was pretty fun. We had some cool stuff
Yeah,
going
D
on.
and I never even get along.
Yeah, D don't even like pineapples.
I throw my shoe at least once at Zucker every show. You guys don't know this, but I
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
He
So if
sucks
you
at
haven't,
aiming.
hit the like button
I
so you
do.
get closer to
That
1,000 likes for the end of the
I
show.
miss every time.
Subscribe. Check these guys out. We're going to do some outros. And again, thanks to everyone in the chat. I'll do a few shout outs in the chat, starting with Master Jazz. We've also got Papa Smurf. We've got Big Chuck Valerian. Shout out to you, brother. The Boom. We've got Spartan. Jesse Darby. He's always in the chat, man. Assassin Lupa was in the chat. Lethal Papa, moderator all over the place. Cracking Skulls. Titan Drago. Shout out to you, brother. We were boxing earlier. It was a fun match. I won't tell them, Drago. It was fun, though. And then we've also got Flame, Thunderbird, Triple A, Lone Star. Shout out to you, Lone Star. Earlier, Others Inc. and who was Trier Fan. Others Inc. and Trier Fan. One of them had a cheese grater on their head. The other one had like a chest plate armor made out of old pots and pans. They were battling each other with whisks and all kinds of stuff in the chat, and it was just a good discussion. So you guys keep it up. It means a lot. You guys rock out with us. So Colt, let these guys know where they can find you, and what are you been playing, man?
You won't find me because I'm hiding offline playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition like a lot.
Same.
I am like a quarter of the way through. There's so much expanded content, Fonz, right? Holy crap. So yeah, I mean, I'm a quarter of the way through Mass Effect 3, so I'm gonna be playing that game for like the next week and a half. Totally amazing. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. You'll find me at Colt Eastwood on YouTube and on Twitter. I just applied to be verified.
Why would they verify you, Colt Eastwood?
I don't know. They probably won't, but if they do,
we're gonna need a
I'm buying
picture of
everybody
your
ice cream.
back of your head to prove it's you.
I'm gonna need a picture of the back of something.
Really?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
sure to
Soccer,
send
you
that
know
to
you
him.
liked it.
This has been Creeper
Now
Town.
you
Colt
won't be
Eastwood.
verified.
Colt Eastwood's Creeper Corner every Monday.
Creeper
Clip.
Hey, somebody draw that picture, okay?
Check your DMs.
Check your DMs.
I might draw that picture.
Oh no. Yeah, Titan Drago. This is, I used this crazy looking demon. I don't know what it was. It was a derpy looking character in Fight Night. It was crazy because the game has base scanning in it, and that was nightmare fuel for both Titan and I as I beat the shit out of Titan. But it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Titan's still in the tournament, by the way, and he is going to win his next fight. Root for Titan. So again, guys, hit the like button.
Best in the tournament, but I lost.
D-Batch, tell Zucker to shut the fuck up, and also where they can find you and what you've been playing. Shut up, Zucker. And D-Batch is gone. Hey, Fonz, where can people find you, bud? And what are you playing?
Oh, they can find me at
shoot.
Fonz Relic Gaming right here on
So
YouTube,
shoot.
doing videos every week
My mic.
and my show every week on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. 1 hour show there. And yeah, I've been playing Mass Effect. I've been hiding offline as well because it's too hard to play that game in party chat. It really is.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I want to pay attention to a lot of that dialogue because Mass Effect, that franchise has some of the best dialogue even to today. It's got some of the best dialogue ever in any game, and love it.
Ashtray. Shout out to Ashtray. He's a good guy.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And
Good guy.
We've also got
his
D-Batch.
song.
Oh, that's it. Hey, D-Batch, Haven. Tell people where they
Yeah,
find
yeah.
you, bud, and what you've been playing.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter, D_batch. Sign up for notifications if you're looking for stock. Of course, on YouTube at D-Batch. I dropped a video today. You guys can see Super Resolution in action as I have the demo running in the video. And I've been playing Resident Evil, man. I'm just loving this game. I'm almost at the end. I'm trying to just creep through it, but I'm almost done, and I'm going to be going on to Biomutant after that. So yeah, that's it. It was a good show. Nice chatting with you guys, and we'll see you all next week.
I don't know if Ice Cold is being sarcastic. He says, no crying after E3. I hope you're kidding, and I also hope you voiced your opinion of concern last year because that's why Halo is going to be even better this year, hopefully. So, again,
Oh, if I don't like E3, I'll cry.
Fonz, you
I
better
can
cry.
cry.
You better do it on
All
camera.
right,
I
I'll
want you to
cry
cry
on
until it
command.
wins.
Damn it. I'll do it if I want.
Oh, man, it's going to be great. I don't know if he's talking. I don't know if he's talking. And then we've also got Zalker87. Where can we find you, buddy? And what are you playing?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Zalker87, YouTube Zalker87, and I've been playing I don't know,
Don't say
a
it.
shit ton of games, everything.
Don't
I
say
just
it.
played Battlefield 5, Zombie Driver, something.
You've
I
been
don't know.
playing
I played it
Zombie
for.
Driver.
I have 22 hours in it. I just was like, this is stupid, and just kept
You
playing.
started playing that
Like,
after the last show. That's the one game you played all week.
Dude, I played 22 hours of the damn thing. I beat the whole campaign, and then I went to the slaughter mode, did everything in there. It's just great. And why is Fonz always crying when I'm
He
talking?
cries a lot.
What a little bitch.
Oh shit.
But yeah, just having fun playing games. And next game I'm gonna play. I mean, I've been playing Mass Effect on and off, but I don't know. I'm just waiting for. I don't know, man. Something hasn't grabbed me yet. So I'm playing all these other games that I'm just stumbling upon, and there you go.
That all sounded like bullshit. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I was like, is he gonna say something? All right. And then we've also got Tim
I'll let
Dog,
you
buddy.
sit there.
Yeah. Where can people find you, Tim? And what have you been playing, man? Are you feeling better after the shot? After the shot, are you feeling better? Are you asleep?
This is about
well, yeah,
delivering
I-
ratings.
Oh my God, Fonz, come on. Go ahead, Tim.
Are you Fonz or are you asking Tim Dog?
I'm asking you.
All right,
After the
no,
shot,
I
how
did.
you feeling? Let people know. I'm sure there's some
Well,
concern.
I was very sick, and I tried to do the show, and obviously you heard that disaster. No, I've been playing. I finished Resident Evil. Awesome game. Anybody who likes that type of game, it's awesome.
Nice.
Right now, I'm playing the show. I'm doing a season with the Mets, and I'm enjoying it. Very good game. It's on Game Pass, as you know. And you can find me xCloud Tim Dog on Twitter. And next week I won't be on the phone. Sorry about that.
You're
This
good.
work was hectic.
At least you were here, Tim.
You were here, Tim. You were here. It's Christmas. You were on your phone the whole time, but you were still there. No, appreciate it. Follow Tim Dog, Twitter, all that good stuff. And then, did I get everybody? I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Follow me at dealer_gaming on Twitter. And of course, II space dealer space II on Xbox Live. And then, of course, here on YouTube, it's subscribe button, the bell icon. Follow these guys. They're some of the best in the community. They do great work. Shout out to everybody in the super chat. I try to get to every one of them, but as I always say, I can't always get to them. And, you know, I got to do it at the right time, too. It's important. So thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for hitting the like button. Tell a friend. And check out my last video that YouTube actually decided to push for some random reason. I'll talk to you guys later.
Boy, did they.
Shut up, Colt. You want to talk?
It's a rap.
Hey, it's a rap. It's a rap. It's a rat trap. Rat trap.
We were talking about your video, and
It's
I
a
went
rat.
to find
We're
the,
still in the air. Rat traps.
It's a rap.
All right.
we were talking about your video.